Hey, what's up? Hello? Oh, wait, you can't hear me. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Very cool. What's going on, bro? How's it going?
I'm doing good.
That's good. I'm happy about that. How's everybody doing today? It's been a while. How's everybody?
I'm great.
That's good. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing pretty good as well. How are you?
Not too bad, brother. Not too bad. Not too bad. You guys, what's new? What's going on, Mister? Isn't that Connor? Is that you? Is King Connor in here?
I'm here. I'm here.
What's up, dude? How have you been?
Not much. I've just been doing my thing.
Very cool. Very
I
cool.
assume you've been well as well.
I've been doing all right. You know, can't complain.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with the request board.
Yeah, I see 15, 16 people are showing that they're raising their hand.
But when you click on it, it doesn't give you any options to let people in.
There's no fucking list.
Can you see the member list below? And you can see when people are raising their hands, right?
Yeah.
Just click on them and click invite to speak, and you can just do it manually.
Okay. What the fuck? Oh, it's the top thing. I'm a fucking idiot. All right, so we'll do that. Are you guys all mods? Yeah, right?
Helmet Chuck, I invited him in here. He's not a mod. He wants to talk to you.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if you want to ask a question or something, go ahead before I pull somebody else in here.
All right.
What's up, brother?
I'm good. You know, just looking at the shit show that's going on with the Mr. Spaghetti or Noodles. That was cringe.
I don't want to talk too much about that specifically.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm not. Yeah. I understand though, but it's not like that's his fucking problem. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't want to talk too much about it. Like I don't feel like rehashing that whole fucking thing. It's crazy.
I don't want to talk about that. Trying to think of something else.
Okay. I get you. Well, why don't you hang out here for a little bit, and I'm gonna pull someone else in, and then if you want to pop in, you know what I mean, and then we'll see how rambunctious it gets. Hopefully, it doesn't get too rambunctious.
Right.
All right. What's up, Eric? How's it going, brother?
Hello. How are you? Pretty good.
Very good. What's up? What's going on?
Okay, so I wanna say that I'm not probably like most of your viewers, right? Because I agree with a lot of things that you say, but in some things I don't agree.
I think that is a lot of my viewers. Yeah, but okay. So what is it that you don't agree with?
So well, I don't want to go into that yet. If I can tell you something before.
Sure.
I feel like of the people that I disagree with, you are probably one of the ones that seem most reasonable. Okay, and
thank you.
And I want to tell you that the way that you speak makes a lot of people consider positions that maybe they don't consider with somebody like Hassan or Ethan Klein.
Okay.
I don't know. That. I feel like a big problem. I come from a third world country, okay? Mm-hmm. And I've seen a lot of things that maybe you guys don't see in the US. But like I might be wrong about this, okay? But I feel like politicians often use tactics to separate the people instead of the people uniting despite their differences and holding the politicians accountable for what they're doing. And I think that the way you approach things is a very useful tool against that. You know, like sometimes people disrespect you and you fall back into the tactics like, oh, I'll disrespect you back. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the division that is caused in today's culture is harming more the people than it is harming the people in power. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I appreciate that. I try to stay level-headed, I suppose. Yeah, I get that. But yeah, I don't know if politicians are, or at least in America, I don't really know, but I don't know if they're intentionally trying to divide people or if it's more like a money grab or a power grab, and they're as divisive as possible to make every decision that is ever made seem like it's like the end all be all perspective that will destroy the world. And I think we kind of get locked into a gridlock because of that, and people tend to, be very afraid of things that might be good, like maybe some kind of universal healthcare, or at least like a public option or things like that. When it's probably not something that's going to destroy the United States if we implement. But that's how we talk about most positions.
Yeah, there's a YouTuber that you spoke to recently. His name is Luke Belmar, right? He's a friend with Sneeko. I don't know if you remember him. He was kind of in the background.
Yeah, sure.
I think that he is also very reasonable. Honestly, I would like to see in the future more people like you and Luke Belmar that may not agree, but you guys seem smart, reasonable, and like Sneeko, he lets his emotions take over. He might have a good point or two, and then he comes with some like extreme misogynistic point of view that, I don't know, he's saying like, oh, the government is doing these bad things, right? And I pay attention to that, and he gets my attention, and then he's like, oh, I want to have like 20 girlfriends, and like,
hey, that's very based. 20 girlfriends.
Well, for me, it's kind of doing what I said before, like dividing. Like when you were talking to Luke Belmar, I feel like you guys had more in common because he's also a smart guy.
We probably could have talked a little bit more if it didn't end. He was a little disrespectful towards the second conversation, towards the end of the first one. But yeah, I mean, I would talk to the guy probably by himself. It wouldn't be so bad.
He deleted all his videos recently. I don't know what happened to him, but
he deleted his videos.
Yeah, his channel is empty right now since yesterday. But just like the perspective that he gave, he seemed like to be reasonable about a lot of things, especially like how rich people avoid taxes and we're taught not to do that, but they're doing. I don't know, just different points,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And I don't know. I just wanted to say that I normally don't participate a lot, but I actually think that you're like a smart guy, and I appreciate the way that you approach things.
I appreciate that. I really do. Did you want to quickly, because there's a lot of other people that probably want to talk. Did you want to quickly talk about anything that like you disagree with me on?
Probably not right now, because I want to. I just wanted to say that which is the most important, and I want to give other people a chance to speak too.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, brother. I appreciate that.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate you popping in. You take care, right?
You too.
All right. Peace out. All right. Here, let me. I guess we'll pull the next person in. Is there a way we could pop them back into the stage? Oh, not because just so that it doesn't get too crowded in here.
All right, I guess I'll pop off. Mr. Gut, I enjoy the content. I appreciate what you post, and that's all I got. All right, see you.
I appreciate that, brother. Take care.
Take care.
All right, who's the next? We don't even know who's next in line. Do you guys know? Or should I just pull up a random?
Just pick someone from a random spot.
All right, what's up, Black Diamond?
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. It's been a while.
It's been forever, man.
How's it going? How's everything been?
Been awesome. I love it. Where I'm going right now, where my life is headed, I love it.
That's good, man. That's good. What's been going on? Did you have something military oriented?
Yeah, I joined the military.
I remember that. Okay, very cool,
10
man.
months ago, I joined.
How's that been?
United States Air Force. I love it. Best decision I made. I'm in Korea right now. It's awesome.
That's good, man. That's good. Very good. All right.
Myself up for the future. It's great.
What are you kind of doing in the military? I mean, if you can't talk about it, that's totally fine.
I can. So, I mean, my job it's really not an important job at all, but it's fine. So I'm admin, and I just do like administrative stuff. And one like subsection of our admin thing is we work in the post office. So I'm a military postal worker.
Okay. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's part of the infrastructure. Yeah, it's important. Exactly. I'm assuming you get like mails and letters to fucking military people, so that's important for people to be able to keep in communication with each other. You shouldn't. Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't downplay that kind of stuff. It's not. It's part of the infrastructure.
We say no mail, no morale.
Exactly. No, bro, for real. I can't imagine.
Get is insane. all these spouses ordering so many things. It's crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine how like it could probably be difficult for the well. Are people able to talk to like their spouses on the phone? Is that something that's able?
So Korea here, they're actually allowed to bring their families here to Korea. So most people have their families with them.
That's good. That's good.
It's not really considered a deployment here. It's kind of like a forward deployment. Like it's really you get stationed here, but you're only here for a year. So I leave March of next year.
Okay. Is there a chance to stay if you like wanted to?
Yeah, I could. It's something called a caping. You can stay for an extra year, and they pay you an extra $300 a month. But I prefer to travel.
All right, that's cool. Is that part of the motivation? Is like the traveling experience?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. I get that.
I'm hoping to go to Europe next. That's my choice.
Very cool. What's making you want to go to Europe, just to get somewhere different, or is it like...
I want to go to Europe, specifically Italy, because in Europe, you can have it's super easy to travel between different countries in Europe. So if you go in one country in Europe, you can explore all that country, and then whenever you get leave or something for the weekends, you can take a $50 flight to literally any other European country.
Oh yeah, because it's kind of small, right? It's yeah. There. See, I was thinking about going to Europe just so I can go to like fucking just so I can go to like fucking like Disney in France. I know that sounds so stupid, but like my wife and I are fucking like, we're basically Disney adults at this point, honestly. Like I know that's a fucking shame, but that's just what we fucking are now. We're going this is the second time we're going to Disney this year. We're going again, but I want to go to all the Disneys, you know? That's what I want to do because I'm a fucking loser.
Hey, nah, that's all good.
So, but you know what? That's how I'm gonna explore the world, through fucking Disney.
Exactly.
And shit like that. Maybe I'll go to a cruise or something.
Yeah, take a cruise all over.
Oh yeah, man. Who wouldn't want to fucking go on a cruise?
Yep.
It's good shit.
I wouldn't.
So.
Hey, all right. Great talking. I don't want to hold off from anyone else.
I appreciate you stopping by. It's been a while. I know that it's been a while. I appreciate you stopping by, man. I keep me updated on what's going on, you know?
Yeah, I will. I'm just going to sit here just muted.
Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. All right. Who do we got? Who's the next victim? Who's the next motherfucking victim? Fuck, what the fuck? Is there anybody that got pulled up? Or I guess I'll pull somebody up. I wish we could do it by like person. I'll pull this person up. We'll do that person. Hello? Oh, nobody. He didn't come up. I pulled Johnny in here. Nobody came up. Let's see.
It's actually weird because when I leave the stage, so when I'm on stage now, I can't see the requests in the order that they request them. But when I leave stage, it shows the requests.
Really? That's so weird because I can't see them at all.
I'll leave the stage and then I'll just.
I mean, if you want to do that, that'd be great. But you have no obligation to do that. Okay, I appreciate that. All right, cool, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, that works. Hello. What's going on? How are you?
What's up? So, Papa,
you're a little low. If you could turn yourself up just a little bit.
I can only take my mic closer. Is this better?
That should be okay. Yeah, I have you turned all the way up. Just don't scream, all right?
Okay. Oh, okay. So I wanted to ask you about a claim you made. I saw on TikTok earlier. I used to keep up with you, but I'm not that involved anymore.
That's fair. It's totally fair. Okay, what's the claim?
So you were watching like the Nick Fuentes video, I think.
And sure.
That guy's basically an idiot. So
okay.
But you did correct one of his things, and I think you were just assuming all of his stuff was wrong.
Okay.
And he pointed out that like different races had like different average intelligence, and you said that twin studies showed that on average, when raised like separately, that the IQs were the same across the board. But when you look at when you look at like the common consensus, that's not actually the case. And there's
wait, what was the claim that I had made?
You said that in twin studies, it showed that like black adoptees to white middle class families had the same intelligence as like an Asian, for example.
I think I made the general prescription that environment plays a pretty big impact on people's intelligence. Right. Yeah.
So it does. It's about 30%. So do you agree with that?
Well, I know you're referencing like a twin study that talks about like 30%.
Well, so the common consensus is like it's about 40 to 80% genetic. So if you take the average, it's about 60% genetic, but it's probably more likely towards 70 because there are some biased tests. You know.
Sure. Okay.
So do you agree with that statement, or do you think it's entirely environmental?
No, I mean there's obviously genetic factors. Sure. I mean I guess if 60, 70%, whatever. Okay. Sure.
So you think it's possible that different races evolve to have different intelligences?
Maybe. I don't think that there's like super substantiated. Like, is there? I mean, what's the differential when people are raised in the same environment? I can't imagine it's massively different because, really quick, because I mean, I would imagine, yeah. So do you happen to have like the average intelligence of like white people on hand in general?
Yeah.
Or IQ?
America,
sure. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess America.
In America and most European countries, it's like 97 to 103.
Okay, so like, what's the average like Hispanic one? So we'll say like 100, right? I think that's fair.
They're pretty mixed, and it really depends on like what percent of their heritage is Hispanic versus Native. But they're somewhere in like the 90s, probably. Okay,
so like only 10 points off.
Yeah,
and then
African Americans are probably more 83 to 87, with Africans being like in the 70s.
Okay, so you're saying like roughly 85 in like Black Americans? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, which is like I think 13 percentile on average, and anyone below 80% is like 80 is like considered incapable of like working a job, which is why it doesn't sound that like statistically significant, but it is.
So we said white people was it 90 or 100?
About 97 to 103.
Okay, so we'll say 100 and then like 85 for Black people in America. Yeah, I mean, like that sounds like, considering systemic racism is still playing a pretty big impact. You would argue that, like, if you're saying that like 30% of it comes from environmental, I mean, I would argue that those points would be made up if they had the general same environmental opportunities. So yeah, for sure. Okay, I mean,
you're correct, but I kind of disagree. I think that the environmental effect like has basically led to similar results, because environmental is almost like, if they were malnourished, if they had any like infant diseases. But like it really isn't about like education.
You would say that education is part of environmental, though, no?
When it comes to intelligence, the evidence is iffy. The most popular study says that per like level of education increases IQ between 1 to 5 points, but that doesn't really mean causation equals correlation.
Yeah, I don't.
PhD program, so there's no proof that education actually increases it.
I don't know how. Listen, personally, I don't know if, from just a common sense perspective, if education couldn't play a role in IQ, because that's like the side that is almost everything, right? Is like your access to education has a profound impact on your IQ, right? Or if not,
no, it does not.
If education doesn't have an impact on your IQ, then like your argument is that we could just not go to school and then everybody should be the same level of intelligence. Why wouldn't that have an impact?
That's not what IQ is. So like if you took like an IQ test, it's testing like your how quickly you like learn information. Like there's crystallized.
Yeah, but there's a lot of math questions in there that somebody that didn't go to school wouldn't be able to like answer.
Right. No, that's actually semi-true. There's only like about one section, which would be the verbal questions, which is just like words you kind of hear tossed around, which would have similar results. But their verbal is about the same as their like other things. Like most of the tests are like puzzles, where it's like if there's 2 dots here and then there's 3 dots here. So it's all designed to be culturally fair. And like with the newest protests, they're completely designed to eliminate all racial biases. And they've come to this conclusion that it's like likely genetic, like Australia.
Well, but how would you reduce genetic bias or racial biases or whatever?
Well, like imagine like words. If you said like touche. Imagine there's a question about that word. Well, you think that word is used more in like a white environment or a Black environment?
Okay, example. I get what you're saying. Okay, is that how they try to eliminate that?
Well, no, a lot of the stuff is more cultural affair. So you'll see things like how many numbers can you remember in your head, or like these visual puzzles that have no numbers, no mathematics skills, but all it is like how much information you can hold in your head and like how many different, like how outside the box your thinking is. So I ask you, like, kind of, do you think there's any genetic effect between different people? Because
different people for sure. I don't know how much there is between different races,
different ethnicities.
I mean, there might be. I don't think that they're profound. I think that there's. I'd have to like look into this independently because I don't really buy into the idea that getting a better education isn't going to increase your IQ. I just don't believe that. That doesn't really make any logical sense to me because I had access to really good educational programs and I had a very IQ when I was a young age.
Papa, I mean, people get tested at age 4, and it's similar with what their IQ is at age 18. Well, you didn't have any education at age 4, so.
I was tested at age 12, and it drastically reduced as I got older.
That is possible based off like environmental factors. Like health is generally one, and
part of it too is like you're not engaging in course material, so your brain's not working in the same efficiency or capacity.
Right. That is probably one of the environmental factors. It's like how much like thinking you do, because like if you're not like stimulating your brain, you could lead to Alzheimer's and stuff. But sure. my argument is like that stuff isn't really statistically relevant. Like it's probably like makes up. I think it's been proven to make up 1 to 5 points maximum, more leaning towards the 1 side.
Okay, I mean, I think I don't think I can really engage too much into this conversation. Yeah, only because I have to really look at like the link between education and IQ. Because I imagine I personally like, okay, so it seems like if what you're saying is that there seems to be I guess a low correlation between getting good education and IQ. I don't know how there's what?
There's a huge correlation. People that are in Harvard are on average 130 IQ. But
so I would imagine that getting a good education would probably increase your IQ.
Yeah, but the studies are only able to prove. That's why I'm asking you what you think, because there is no definitive truth. Nobody's ever like really been able to prove this, because you can't prove, hey, this guy chose to pursue a higher education, go get his PhD at Harvard, beat the entrance exams, all that. Is that because he's higher IQ, or did the Harvard make him higher IQ?
Well, you wouldn't say the Harvard make him a higher IQ, right? He would say that like the educational opportunities and choices that were leading up to Harvard would increase his IQ. That's the argument that I would go with.
That's what you would go with. Yeah. So I personally think it's just based off your genetics.
So, I mean, in general, when it comes to IQ, I think that genetics is obviously a factor, but I think environmental factors are pretty big. I don't think that there's a massive difference between people of different races that would make some better or worse than others when it comes to IQ. Because like when you look at when we're talking about like the disparities in IQ and whatnot, I mean, it seems like a lot of the groups, like specifically black people, have lower IQs, and black people are also generally negatively impacted by systemic racism. So I could imagine that their lack of education would be a contributing factor as to why their IQ wouldn't be as high. So I think that it's a lot more. There's genetic, obviously, but I think environmental takes a pretty big impact.
Yeah, that kind of comes up with a problem when you look at like twin studies of people of different ethnicities raised in middle class backgrounds. It was Jews are ahead than Asians.
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Like what? So what is it just kind of walk me through it.
Yeah, so there's a study, and a lot of these studies are very old, so people will like discredit them for being old. But the reality is, like, they have to be old, because if you research this now, you're insane. Like it destroys people's careers when they look into this.
Well, sure. I think people would argue that like the older ones, they might have been trying to massage the numbers to try to find like a racial disparity to be like a little bit racist, because we were a little bit more racist back in the day. But okay, anyway, what did the study say?
Well, the funny thing is these people were actually trying their absolute hardest to prove that it was environmental. So they tried everything. They did these studies. This was like in the 70s, 80s, and not really much in the 90s. And so they had all these programs to try to like rehabilitate these youth. And they had adopted middle-class white families. And they found that Asians were always smarter. Then it was that order. And the only increase they saw was 1 to 5 points. There was one where they saw people increase.
So what do you mean the Asians were smart? I'm trying, because my understanding is like the way that they did these studies. Okay. So the twin study, I've looked into that a little bit. I'm not super educated on the twin studies, but I looked into it a little bit, and my understanding is that they separated twins at birth, right?
Right.
And then they raised them with like 2 different families raised them, right?
Well, this is not the one I'm referencing, but there are ones like that. You are correct.
Because it seems like they never controlled for different environments. They just raised them in different households, but that were in similar socioeconomic positions. So you'd imagine they would have the similar level of intelligence, getting access to similar educational, benefits and whatnot. So I would expect them to get similar But we're not talking about that. We're talking about people who grow up in an area that's like denied educational opportunity, or it doesn't have the same educational opportunity, or there's a lot of issues, at least I know in America, where there's a lot of areas that don't get the ability to help people that might have intellectual disabilities. Like I dated somebody who they went to school like in, I think it was like Maine or something, and when they came to New York, they were reading at like a first grade level when they were in like sixth grade, and then the New York standards were able to catch them up to such a degree where they were able to overcome a lot of that. So yeah, I think that would be it.
Well, so I was talking about like a different. So there's two studies. The one I was talking about now, I think I might have said twin, but I'm completely incorrect if I said that. What I was talking about was adoption, actually, and they're just adopting different races. The twin studies proved that it was like 30 to 70% genetic because they were in entirely different environments, and they would weigh their diets and things like that. Okay. So what I was saying is like this stuff was like pretty constant, and like
but that's a lot though. 30 to 70% genetic. Like, so even if it's 70% genetic and 30% of it's environmental, that's a lot, right? So if you're seeing a 15-point differential in like black people versus white people, but 30% of it was environmental, wouldn't you be able to argue that those 15 points would be made up if they grew up in similar environments?
Not really, because
why not?
That 30%, like when you're living in America, that 30% is like pretty consistent because these people have food. They're not starving. They're not that many people starving in America.
Well, okay, but when it comes to food, there's a lot of like research that talks about having a poor diet has like lower cognition in general, and a lot of people that are in disadvantaged areas exist in like food deserts where a lot of their food access is like McDonald's and a lot of other bullshit. And they don't necessarily have the access to like healthier food options. So if we're looking at environmental like that could definitely be like a huge factor when it comes to them. And then again, like I would consider educational opportunity a factor in it.
You're 100% right. It is a factor, and these tests proved that it was probably like 1 to 5 points different. But what I was
how would they? What do you mean? Like they proved that it was one to?
Listen. So they adopted these into the same like socioeconomic families of the same were white middle class suburban homes, and they found that they were all different. So how is that possible if it's so much environmental?
I would have to see the study because I don't know what you're referring to. And I would need to like read it myself to make sure that because if that's what it is, then like I guess I'm wrong. I guess there is an issue, but I would want to like read it myself before commenting too much onto it.
So we can wrap up here. I think it's just like I saw you making those comments on TikTok, and I think that's like very dangerous information because imagine a government and they want to increase intelligence between like marginalized groups because they clearly are underperforming in school and underperforming in the job market, and they say it has to be systemic oppression. They spend all this money allocating extra resources, but then nothing can be done. It's just a waste of money. So I think it's important that we are more educated on something like this.
I don't think it's because like it's an objective fact that people like generally people of color don't have access to the same educational opportunities. So even if we put IQ aside, like investing into better educational opportunities wouldn't be bad. So why would it be bad if the federal government started doing that?
Right. So educational opportunities are linked with higher success in jobs. But again,
sure.
so is intelligence. So if we put all this money in, and so we suddenly leveled the playing field, which would help. It would help a lot. It would cost a lot, but it would help a lot because obviously with property tax and stuff, then we would still realize there's this huge gap because people.
But it wouldn't matter if there was a gap, right? Like let's say there would still be a gap. It still wouldn't be like super dangerous what I'm saying because it would still help. Even if it didn't completely erase the gap.
Let me go through the hypothetical. So now we've educated all these people, which a lot of them would probably struggle to. But many of them.
What do you mean a lot of them would? I'm just curious. Like, what do you mean with like a lot of them would struggle?
So people that are sub 80. So the U.S. military does not accept anyone who's sub 80, which means that through studies and stuff, they determine that anyone who's sub 80 is more of a harm to the U.S. military than good. These people work janitorial jobs, like they can't do much, right? So if we level the playing field, give them equal education, and then suddenly these people are not performing as well in the job market. They're not becoming doctors. They're not making as much money. They're not retiring. They're still getting into prison more often. So suddenly,
do you still think that would happen if we had like better educational opportunities in like lower like disadvantaged neighborhoods? Do you think that we wouldn't see an increase of people being able to get better jobs?
Well, this is kind of almost observed when we had like when colleges had like very strict affirmative action. I think Thomas Sowell talked about this. He observed that his class at Cornell was about 10% African American.
Yeah, no, I know what you're referring to. The problem is like that is affirmative action. There's a difference between affirmative action and giving people access to educational opportunities as they're growing, right? So the problem, I know what Thomas Sowell was talking about. The problem there is that when you have an affirmative action program that says we need to let a certain amount of Black or Hispanic people into this college, like that's good to put people in there, but it doesn't necessarily help them from the start. And that's where most of our ability to learn starts young. So we're not talking about put them in a college. We're saying, what if we did like universal preschools? What if elementary schools and middle schools and high schools had better funding for people in disadvantaged areas? That's how you would make people have better opportunities. We're not talking about once we get to the college level. We're talking about starting from like age 4, because we know that when people get Head Starts, just like Head Start programs, that they tend to stay in school longer and they outperform people who don't have those things. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about starting at the base, the base, not once they get to college. People get to college, starting with like the primary school type of education and getting access to that. So Thomas Sowell didn't talk about that. So that's what you would want to increase to provide better opportunity for people.
So yeah, that would be a super beneficial program for keeping people out of the streets, out of trouble, and they'd be working jobs and stuff. But you would still not see like huge intellectual increases because they did these programs. Right?
I just disagree. I don't know if I just disagree.
Well, they did a study like this.
Okay. What you're telling me right, I just want you to be clear. What you're telling me right now is that if we made education better, like we just did a massive education program for everybody in like poor areas that were getting bad access to education, you're telling me that you don't think people would come out smarter and more capable in the workforce?
100% they would, but they wouldn't have.
Right, so there you go. That's my whole argument. I think that they would.
But they wouldn't come out to the exact extent that someone, say, like of an Ashkenazi Jew background would.
I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but even if it is true, it doesn't matter, right? Because it would still increase opportunity. And that's what.
But we would still see a problem in this with all this like denying.
We might, but I don't know if it's absolutely true.
Well, hold on. Let me just like go for a second.
Sure.
So, all right. So these people will help crime rates, poverty, all this stuff, because these people will be able to hold down jobs, they can do things, be fulfilled, and I 100% agree with you. But the issue is, like, once you get to a certain stage, it becomes very, very difficult for people of like low intellectual capacity to function. Like you see, like people of like high degrees, like doctors, engineers, lawyers, all of them are like top 10%, right?
Okay.
So we would see this, we would still see this bias, because if you look in chat, like people obviously like.
Well, we might see a bias. It's possible, and I don't know if I agree with you. I have to look into myself. It's possible you still see overrepresentative like white people or something, but that doesn't mean that it wouldn't trim the gap with better educational opportunities, right? And that's kind of the whole thing. Like maybe you're right. Maybe Black people are inherently less intelligent. I don't think so. I don't agree with that, but it doesn't really matter, because providing better educational opportunities would still help people in general. So I don't think it necessarily matters if everybody was at the exact same playing field. It's not about everybody being forced to be equal in an outcomes perspective. It's about everybody getting equal opportunity from the start. And so we really can't, we really don't know until we actually expanded opportunity into a lot of areas that made people have like equal opportunity to education, which we don't have. And we would need to start there first in order to really make this prescription.
Yeah, so we've kind of ran around a circle. You're right. Obviously, that would help, and I think that the whole initial argument was just about like if you can genetically be from a certain group, be like more inherently disadvantaged. And I 100% agree with education, all that would help. I don't think it would increase the IQ, but that's not everything. And I think, I mean, you can continue with whatever argument you want to make, but like you can't really continue any farther. You're right.
Yeah, no, we're in a circular conversation for sure.
It wouldn't do anything. I mean, sorry.
I disagree, but I think that I think that we're.
Back. I don't know why I said that. No, it would help, but it would not help the IQ, and I think people would still see problems with that, and I think it could have some negative effect to not acknowledge and like deny. So there's no proof that it's entirely genetic. There's no proof it's entirely environmental. It's kind of like the proof of like trying to prove a Christian God. We've proven all these things that are like not like.
I think I think there's probably a little more tangibility in intelligence levels. But I want to say one thing. I think that I do personally, I think we've exhausted the conversation. I do appreciate you popping in, but I don't want to get too circular. I do appreciate you coming in here, but I'm going to move on to the next person. All right, my man?
Please. And they've had all these ideas, and they keep debunking them over and over, and nothing's proved it. So we're stuck, and you just really can't tell right now. And I was just correcting your claim on TikTok, and I think I thought it was dangerous to just ascertain, like, say statements that were so like unproven. All right.
Okay. All right. Take care, man. Have a good one. Okay. Well, that was interesting. Who's next?
Hey, Johnny's already up here. I think it's his turn now.
Okay. What's going on?
Also, I just wanted to say,
what's up?
Maybe we should impose a time limit.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
30 people in here waiting.
I know. Listen, I did enjoy the conversation a little bit with that guy, so I was like letting it go on a little longer. I'm just saying because it was like a debate and it was a little stimulating. And if you guys just can't hang out like any of the mods, I totally understand. You could bang out if you need to.
I'm perfectly fine with staying. I'm just saying a lot of people have been saying this guy's going on for too long.
I know, but I was having no. I totally understand where you're coming from. I was just having it was an interesting conversation. So I was like letting go on, but yeah, I'll try to keep it a little less lengthy. But anyway,
okay.
What we got? Johnny in here. What's going on, brother? What do you need? Or not? What do you need? What's going on? What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's up?
Not much. What's up?
Not too much. So what do you got for me?
I actually didn't have anything to say. I just wanted to say yo.
Okay. Cool. What's going on? How are you? Yo, back. All right. I guess next person. I wasn't expecting to be that short. Next person. See, everything worked out in the end. He was quick. Who do we got next?
Hi, Papa. I've never like spoken to you before.
Hey, what's up?
Say hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Very cool. Okay. Are you one of the mods?
I am.
Very cool. All right. Well, I appreciate that. I do. Did you want to ask anything, or are you just saying what's up?
No, I'm just saying what's up. I've been sitting in here like listening.
Okay, yeah, you can.
I'd just say hi.
You can hang out if you want. What do we got? Who do we got next? Which one of these nerds do we got next?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing fine, man. I didn't expect to be up this early, to be honest.
All right, I guess it's early over there.
All right, so how's it going, Mr. Gut?
Not too bad. How's it going with you?
It's been going fine. Just summer vacation. I start senior year here.
Okay, that's good. You excited?
Okay. A little bit, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, so I have a few things I want to discuss. I don't think they'll take too long, to be honest.
No problem.
All right, so the first thing, what are your thoughts? Okay, so there's people on social media that say Democrats and Republicans are the same party, just on two sides of the same coin, and we should vote for a third party instead. What are your thoughts on?
Listen, let me burp real quick.
No problem. I got to burp too, actually.
Okay. So I don't think that Democrats and Republicans are the same. Well, they might be the opposite side of the same coin in some ways, but they are representing different things. Republicans tend to want to maintain what's been going on, even go backwards a little bit. We've seen that with Roe v. Wade, and also there's a lot of Republicans like Ted Cruz open about trying to restrict gay marriage. And Democrats are usually more open to a little bit more change. But when it comes to a third party, I love the idea of a third party. I like Andrew Yang a lot. I think it would be a great if we moved forward.
See, I don't mind third parties. But
hold on.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. The only problem with the third party argument is that realistically speaking, there's a lot of arguments to really make that voting third party is just like voting against basically your own interest, because nobody's going to realistically win, and you're better off trying to play within the establishment rules. But it will probably never change those rules, right? So you're better off voting for a Democrat or a Republican. But most of the time, I think third-party people are usually like Democrats. But like in the case of Andrew Yang, you're better off trying to vote for a Democrat that will make progressive change than Andrew Yang trying to start like a third new party, because it's not going to actually do anything. You're basically just throwing away your vote, unfortunately. Are you still here? Is he still here?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Did he leave? I think he actually stepped out. Hold on, let me. I think he actually stepped out. Did you hear what I said?
Sorry, I accidentally slept.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry, man.
It's okay. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I was listening the whole time. I was just kind of freaking out. I was like, oh no, I can't talk to Papa Gut. Just kidding. I'm not like that obsessive, but yeah. See, here's my thing. I am not against third parties, but unless we somehow implement ranked choice voting third parties is not going to do anything.
Yeah, I agree
and
with
like
that.
the argument that Democrats, they're not doing anything is kind of stupid because they don't really have like a majority in Congress to do a lot. So I feel like it's kind of stupid to think that they're not doing anything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I tend to agree with that.
And like the people that actually think that they're the same party and like, I'm gonna vote third party or not vote is like really dumb, because like, okay, here's another argument. So the 2016 election, Donald Trump won, and people were like, I'm gonna vote third party or vote for Bernie Sanders, write him in.
Mm-hmm.
And that inherently made Donald Trump win the election.
I mean, it might have. That might have been a factor in it.
Okay, but like realistically speaking, a lot of people that would have voted for a Democrat voted third party instead.
Well, yeah, I think a bigger thing with Hillary and why she had lost originally was because like all the information with her emails kind of like bursted like very close to voting time, and it turned people off a lot to her and had people vote for Trump.
But like
I think that was a
Donald
big
Trump
aspect
also
of it.
like Donald Trump had scandals before he was even in politics.
Yeah, no, for sure. The thing is that like that was a fresh new scandal. People were like, ew, fuck Hillary, and then they kind of like reactionarily voted against. Hillary
I get
in
like
that
the
moment.
Hillary email things, and I don't even blame people for voting Trump in 2016. I'm like, I don't really. I have nothing against them. It was an odd circumstance. I have nothing against those people.
Mm-hmm.
Also, another question. It's a little bit off topic. Whatever happened with Hillary's emails and shit? Did anything ever come out of that? Like, I'm not like. Do you know?
I personally don't have any idea about any of that.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't.
It's just
really
like it kind of just popped in my head, and I wanted to ask you about it.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, I appreciate the questions.
So is my time up? Do I gotta skedaddle?
Yes, sir. I'm so sorry. I appreciate you stopping by, though.
I'm just gonna have like a little bit of an end note here. I'm a little bit sorry if I sounded a little nervous the whole time.
Yeah, no, you were fine.
I love your content. Was here since like your first TikTok, and you really got me into like people that talk about politics and stuff. You really intrigued me in that stuff.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean,
it
makes me feel nice to have an impact on some people. So I do appreciate that. I really do.
Yep.
Thank you so much, man.
Alrighty, I'm out of here. See you later, Mr. Gut.
Take care.
See ya.
Peace.
Please.
Really quick, somebody donated Assistant Sailor. I had 63 subs starting today. Def called me out, and now I have tips or follow and 73 subs. Thank you, Dennis. Okay. Well, thank you for the donation. All right, who's next? Who's the next victim?
Yo, what's up, Papa Gut?
What's going on, man? How are you doing?
Good, man. Roll Tide, brother.
Roll Tide.
Okay, so I just want to get through this because I don't know. So I have this question, and I guess maybe you have a more intelligent response than me, because I always get this stumped when I talk to people that are kind of like more pro-life. I have a lot of conservative family members and friends, and they always tell me that where's the man's choice in this? So like they always go to the argument, and I don't know how to like discuss with them. So when they say like, okay, so if a girl wants to get it aborted and a guy doesn't want it, then yes, it should be the girl's choice. But what if the girl wants it and the guy doesn't? Does he still have to pay for child support and everything like that? I don't know what to intelligently say to them, because I get that point where it's like they feel like men are getting the short stick when it comes to when it comes to abortion talks.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any I don't know, I guess like do you have any thoughts on it? Because they always say like, I don't know if this is true or not, but they always say that it's okay for a woman to be like, all right, it's better for me to put my child up for adoption. But when a man says, I don't want to take care of my kids, then he's looked like an asshole. And I don't know what to say to that.
Okay, so there's a lot there, because those are like a little bit two different things. The one thing that you brought up was like a man's choice when it comes to abortion. The second thing you brought up seems to be more about how somebody looks if they don't want to take care of their kid, right?
Yeah. Also, like, I want to get your thoughts on, should the man pay for it if he doesn't want the kid?
Yeah. Still? Okay. All right. So I'll start with Okay. Well, let me start with
say if the
No, go ahead.
So say if the man wants the girl to get an abortion and the girl chooses to keep the baby, do you think that a man should pay for it? I said yes, but they always like point it out, saying that's hypocritical because now you're making it one-sided. So I don't know what to say to them.
Sure. So okay. So first and foremost, I'll start with that. Okay. Yes, I do think the guy should still pay for it. When we look at that, or when you and your friends are talking about it, you guys are looking at it with like guy versus girl, right? But there's a third party now, and that's like the kid. So the kid will have a drastically or a much better outcome in life if they get financial support from both parents. That's the first thing. Second thing, to the argument about like women getting more choice when it comes to having an abortion than a man. Life isn't going to be like fully fair for everybody, and there's going to be certain biological benefits or advantages and disadvantages to men and women depending on what we're referring to. So when it comes to having babies, women get the biological advantage in the sense that they get to choose because it's in their body. However, when it comes to like fighting, sports, the ability to feel safe at night and whatnot, most other things, men get a physical advantage. They're usually less targeted by like violent sexual assault. Things like that. And so it's like one of the trade-offs where it seems like when men get a benefit, a lot of men are like, yeah, we deserve that. But when a woman gets some kind of biological benefit, all of a sudden we want to get upset about it. It's unfair. But like, there's a lot of things that are unfair based on men versus women. Sometimes women just have an advantage, and this happens to be one of them, is the choice with their body. But they also get a little disadvantage because they're also the ones that have to fucking carry the baby in them, right? Which is why they get this choice, because if they keeping it, or if you keep the baby, it's going to be very stressful on your body. So I would say, like, yeah, it sucks. It's unfortunate. You should try to practice better, more safe sex practices. I know it's not super realistic, but like wearing a condom is much more realistic. It'll drastically reduce the chance that you're going to get pregnant or get a woman pregnant. And if it happens and then you pay child support, I think you should have to. If the government decides you don't, whatever. But I think you should for the sake of the kid that's going to be born. So yeah, that would be my answer to that.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a waste of my answer. Because like I get stumped on it, and I say like I don't think life is fair, and they say, well, then aren't you trying to champion equality? And like, yeah, but I don't think that it's like something that could be discussed, because like at the end of the day, I don't know, it's kind of like unfair. And then they just kind of like point it out on me and say like, oh, we got you. So I don't know what, like, I guess
it is unfair, but like equality is about like equal opportunity. It's not about equal outcomes. So everybody, the reason why women get more in the sense is because they literally are the ones carrying the baby. That's why they get the choice. So equal opportunity isn't the same as equality of outcomes. Equality of outcomes is like a dumb bullshit. Everybody's different. Everybody's gonna have like a different level of intelligence, et cetera, on an individual level. So it's more about the equality of opportunity. Women have a different opportunity because they have the ability to carry a baby, so they get a better choice on this topic.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's very intelligent. I'll use it next time. But I just have a quick question before I go.
Sure, go for it.
So I know that like early on when I watched like your videos earlier, like a year ago, you were on a crusade to get Glenn Cameron deplatformed. Do you still hold that belief, or just kind of like lost hope in YouTube?
So like I don't think Glenn Cameron should have a platform, but there's like really nothing that can be done at this moment. It's one of those things where like there really is nothing. Nobody seems to really care. I think I talked about how like when I hit 1 million followers, I'll make a video about it and like bring more awareness to it. But like it's one of those things where unfortunately there's just not a whole lot that can be done. I tried the best to raise awareness, but there's like really nothing that you could really do. I mean, I called like the whatever, like the FBI or something. I forget exactly what I called, but I called like the police. I reported everything, all the evidence I had, et cetera. Nothing is going to be done. That's the unfortunate reality. And sometimes it just sucks and you have to take an L,
Yeah, I get that. I mean, like all of that stuff is you can just say, like, "Oh, I just was joking about it," and that's what he said. And I think in one of the videos where
he tried to he tried to pull a Death Noodles. Yeah.
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 All right, well, it's very fun talking to you, Papa. Hope to talk to you soon, and have a nice night.
Yeah, you too. I appreciate you stopping by, man. Take care.
Thanks. Take care.
We got a new member, Drew. Thank you so much, brother. Who do we got next? It's been fun doing this. It's been a while since I've done something like this. Who's next?
You gotta pop in more often.
I really should make more of an effort to do these types of things. What's going on, man? How you doing? What you got for me?
Hey, why do you think The Mandalorian is mid? I want to press you on this.
Oh, fuck. I wasn't ready for it. Listen, I'm going to start first off by saying, hopefully we get agree on this. The sequel trilogy was horrible.
Agreed.
I thought the first one was like pretty decent.
Okay, the first one was good. Okay, I had a little bit of issues with it, like at the end where like Ray won in that lightsaber battle. Wasn't a big fan of that, but overall it was really solid. It set up a really great story. The next episode destroyed that story, and then the last episode was desperate to try to basically do a trilogy in one episode because the story was assassinated. Right? Can we agree on that?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, so overall the sequel trilogy was really bad. The story was horrible, and I think that it put people's expectations so low when it came to Star Wars that like they were like, "Wow, The Mandalorian is great," but they were just I found it kind of mid. It was a little bit. I think the first 3 episodes were really good. They were really cool, and then it kind of got lost on itself and went like a little crazy. That's pretty much it.
I think you don't like it because the woman character said something on Twitter about like COVID-19 or something.
No, I don't like that Gina Carano was fired. I think that was bullshit.
Wait, Giancarlo Esposito was the villain. How do you? I just don't understand.
Yeah, like, that was good, but wasn't it weird how one robot killed like 40 fucking stormtroopers magically? Like that's plot armor, is it not?
Well, don't the stormtroopers have bad aim?
Okay, but is that canonical? The reason
that is canonical. They made
no. Listen. The reason that the stormtroopers had bad aim in the original trilogy is because the theory is that Darth Vader was telling them to miss because he didn't want to kill his son and he wanted to try to track them. You can't play that argument in this case, right? So now it's just plot armor. It's just playing on like kind of a bullshit trope.
I guess, but I don't know. I think like season 1 is what did you think of season 2? Did you even watch it?
I didn't watch it. Did not even watch it.
I think you'd like that more, honestly.
Maybe. I'd have to rewatch it and then get myself back up to it.
I also could not get into The Mandalorian. I thought it was quite boring.
It's fucking mid, bro. I did like Boba Fett, though. I thought that was good.
Wait, you liked Boba Fett? That was the one you liked?
Boba Fett was good, though.
I liked Boba Fett. What was wrong with Boba Fett? The book of Boba Fett?
It was one of the episodes is just a Mandalorian episode.
I didn't like that episode that much, but it was okay.
That was the best. Okay.
Yeah, to you. It was cool that the Rancor came out, but overall, I liked the story more. It was a little bit better. I just liked it. I thought it was a little bit better, and I guess maybe also I'm a little old, so I liked Boba Fett more because it was a familiar character.
I guess.
So,
how do you like the Star Wars area in Disney?
I think it was fucking incredible. I'm going back next week or the week after. I'm going back very soon. I thought that it was in MGM, whatever, Hollywood Studios. It was very good. It was actually very atmospheric. It was incredible. I'm gonna go back there again. The alcohol drinks there are pretty good too.
Yeah, you got to get like the blue milk or whatever.
Yeah, I got like 2 blue and green milks each. They were good. They were very good. Alcoholic, like $15. Fucking crazy, but.
Would you ever consider going on like a Disney cruise or something?
Maybe. I gotta talk to my wife about what she wants to do. She wants to go to Mexico next time, so we're gonna see what we're doing next.
You gotta be careful in Mexico, though. There's
that's what I'm saying. But if you stick to the resort, I think it's supposed to be okay. But
yeah,
do the best we can. So, all right, man. I appreciate you stopping by.
I think that's all I wanted to say. I really love your content.
Thank you.
Yeah. Also, Augie is like shitting all over Mr. Beard. Like on his stream, he was just like pooping on him.
Yeah. Well, I expect that. He's a young commentary guy. I know.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it had to do with the fat phobia fascism.
Yeah. It was the Ethan Klein photo.
Did he watch my conversation with Mr. Beard or no?
I don't think he did.
Oh, see, that might have been a little bit better. I like Mr. Beard. He's a good guy. I feel bad.
Yeah,
for him.
I think he's a good guy too. I like his like parody songs. They're pretty.
Yeah, he's cool. He's a cool guy. He's a very talented guy. If he can bear the heat of people getting harassing the shit out of him, I think that he'll be very successful. Well, he'll continue to be successful, but I guess time will tell because people love to shit on Mr. Beard. It's a fucking why people love doing it. So he's struggling. I'll tell you that much. He's struggling.
All right, dude. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Take care. Have a good one.
All right. Have a good one.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace.
Okay, so I got a question for you real quick.
Sure.
Do you believe Finn should have been like the main character of the sequel trilogy then? Like for Star Wars, Finn.
I don't think he should have been the main character. I think he was a good character. I liked Rey as the main character. It was just that they kind of they ruined the whole story arc in the second movie, and it kind of fucking killed everybody's story. It killed Finn's story with Captain Phasma, and it kind of killed her story. It was just kind of poopy.
I didn't like Rey. I didn't think she was a good character, and I didn't like she called herself a Skywalker. I refuse to consider her a Skywalker. Like,
that was stupid. I think everybody was expecting her to be Obi-Wan's like granddaughter, and that would have been fucking awesome. And they tried to subvert our expectations and play some dumb bullshit. So I didn't like that.
Yeah. I thought she was okay in The Force Awakens, but then they like ruined her for the rest. They ruined everyone. Like, especially Poe and what was it? What was the one where he was a spice runner, I guess? Which movie was that?
I think it was the 8th one, the 2nd one.
Yeah, okay. They ruined Poe as well.
Yeah, I agree with that too. They kind of just killed everybody.
Right.
All right, let's see what this guy. What's up? What's going on, brother? Papa Gut Lover 28. What's going on?
Oh.
Okay, well that was
he just
quick.
played an audio and left.
He just farted and left, bro. What the fuck? The hell was that?
That is the peak of your fan base.
Somebody asked when I'll acknowledge Kevin. He's the guy because thank you, Father Son, got all my videos. I'll have to acknowledge him soon. Who we got next? We have like 7,000 people waiting, right?
I know everyone wants to come up.
Is there? Well, does somebody have like the order of it? The hand raising order?
There's like rows of people like that.
I think that like if you could, yeah, okay. I guess all you have to do is
invited the next person.
Oh, okay. So you just step down, and when you were able to see the list, and then you step back up. Is that
Yeah.
that makes sense? All right. What's up? Call me Colin.
Hello, Papa Gut.
How are you? What's going on, brother?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Could be doing better, but I think everyone could be.
Okay. All right. Well, what's up? What you got for me?
Is it okay if I talk about something personal to myself that's like kind of deep?
Yeah, sure. As long as you're comfortable with it.
All right. Well, my heart's racing, but that's only because I've been waiting to do this for a little bit.
Okay.
So, I've been watching you for a while since your first TikTok account, and over this last year, sort of come to the realization that I might have done really like something kind of shitty to my ex.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about that and get your thoughts on it.
Okay.
Should I give like a trigger warning because it does get kind of bad?
Yeah, I mean, if it needs a trigger warning, sure. I guess that's given. So what had happened?
I don't know how to like describe it, but I might have like SA'd my ex in a bad way. I'm coming out with this because I just want to know if I have.
Okay. All right. So what do you got?
So I'll give the short version so I don't take too much time. But this happened almost a year ago now. I have gotten better since, so I can say that at least.
Okay.
But so a lot of the times I would sort of, when you like leave your significant other, you kind of want to like give a goodbye kiss.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
So sometimes sometimes we wouldn't, and I would kind of push for it a little more. I think I was really ignorant. So that's not just it. I would sort of push for it sometimes a little more. It never went through because she would sometimes like say no. And eventually I gave up. It was really shitty. But the actual part is one time we were making out in her bed.
Okay. Were you guys dating at this point?
Yes. Dating for about 2 months. But we were childhood friends for I think 10 years at that point.
Okay.
We had known each other for like basically entire life.
Okay.
So we're making out in bed. I kind of put my hand a little lower and get down to the shorts, and she swats my hand away, but then jokingly says or like jokingly shows me how to undo shorts with like one hand.
Okay.
So then we go back to making out, and after a while I go back down she doesn't do anything.
Okay.
And I do the thing that all young men dream of, putting their fingers in a woman.
Okay.
So I don't know. In that situation, did I do something bad? I can't tell.
Okay, so what it sounds like you're telling me is you were making out with this girl that you were dating, and you went to, what was it, take off her bra? Is that what you had said originally?
No, take put my hand in her shorts.
Okay, you put her hand in your shorts.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, you went to put her hand in her shorts, and then she stopped you, right?
I know she swatted my hand away at first, and then jokingly, I think either jokingly or kind of laughed a little bit, and then showed me how to unbutton
her pants,
shorts with one hand. Yeah.
And then you went for it again, and then she didn't stop you.
No.
What does that? That's what happened. Is that what happened? Yeah, that sounds like pretty normal, like a relationship interaction. Like, here's the thing. I think that it's a really good idea in general to try to get the person you're interacting with, especially if they're physically weaker, which is usually going to be like a woman. So for a guy to create a space that's comfortable for women to say hey, I don't want it to go on further anymore. But that doesn't but your interaction was pretty normal interaction. Most of the time people aren't being very expressed. It's mostly body language. I don't think that, based on the way that you said that, you didn't sexually assault her at all. Did she get uncomfortable? Did she stop you at any point? In the second time? Is there more to it that...
Afterwards, I think it was really, really awkward, and I felt almost kind of shamed from it.
Okay.
Because I felt definitely at the time, and for a little while afterwards, I kind of felt really shitty about it because I thought I had done something bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then rewatching your content sort of brought it back up, and I was like, maybe I did.
Yeah, so when I'm usually talking about, I'm talking about a time where a guy a lot of times unintentionally gets a woman in a place where they don't feel super comfortable to say no, right? So it's picking a girl up, taking her out to eat, then getting her back to your house, then interacting where she's oh no, stop, and then you stop, and then you go for it again, she's oh no, stop. It doesn't necessarily sound like that. It does sound more you guys were making out and you went down for it and she stopped you, which is okay. And then when you went for it again, she was okay with it. It's possible she could have felt like she wanted to go, that she didn't want it, but then you also said she made a joke about how to properly take off her pants or whatever. So that's part of the dance. So it sounds like she wanted it, but she didn't want to tell you explicitly, which is somewhat normal in the dance. I don't think that you sexually assaulted this girl at all, though.
All right. I really just wanted second thoughts because it really had me thinking, going through your content a lot. But yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, it's good to be self-aware. Just don't beat yourself up too much. That seems like a pretty consensual interaction.
All right, just weight off my chest a little bit.
Yeah, don't stress too much. You're not a bad guy. Don't stress too much, brother. All right.
All right. I'll go and get out your hair.
All right. Well, you take care, and hopefully you have a better night.
All right. See you, man.
Take care. Take care. Okay. Well, I think it's a good thing people are listening. Hopefully that certainly was a very consensual situation from what it seems like.
Yeah.
Who do we got next? Who's the next one up?
We got one of your Twitch mods requesting to come up.
Who is it?
I've been invited to speak.
What's up? Is this the Twitch mod?
No.
I'll get that person in next.
Okay.
Papa?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Dude, I'm a huge fan. I just got to be honest. My wife got me into your channel. And at first, she was like, when you look at this guy, what do you think? And I was like, oh, dude, this guy's a Republican, neckbeard for sure. And you have changed my mind. I love listening to you talk and dismantle people, bro. I'm such a huge fan. Ashley, say hi to Papa, please.
Talking hate. Come on.
How are you? You guys are married?
Yeah, we're married. We love you and Mama, dude.
Very cool. I appreciate that.
Awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff. I just wanted, I watched one of your TikToks and you said something about all the races and IQs, and I just wanted to press you on that, man, because I don't think you did your research, and that was really dangerous of you to put out there, bro.
You're trolling me right now, aren't you? Is that what?
Oh, dude, my God, bro, that guy was. I think he was trying to catch you up.
Listen, honestly, I've talked to a lot of younger guys. Oh, not a lot. That sounds weird saying like that. When I've done sub Saturdays, I've talked to people like that before, younger guys who like talk like that. And I don't think that he's like racist. I think that he might be it's hard to explain.
He's on the edge.
Yeah, you know what? I think, but like the conversation, I think went well enough for him to like question what I had to say, and then like you just wait a couple, you just gotta wait for it, see how it goes as time moves on. I don't think he was a bad guy.
You might have changed his mind a little bit there toward the end. It seemed like he realized that he was maybe wrong, bro.
Maybe in some capacity. That's how it works. It takes a while for people to change a little bit, but I think he was nice overall. He was respectful.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Did you have any real questions?
Any real questions? Honestly, man, no, not really. I just wanted to get on. I've been sitting here listening to everybody. I do have a suggestion though.
Sure.
This is awesome, and I would love if you did stuff like this more, because I mean, I might not have the most interesting stuff in the world to talk about, but dude, you gave us a topic, and this is like such good content, dude. This is my Saturday right here. I would sit down and watch this
it's funny because I used to do like a sub Saturday type of thing, and then I kind of like gravitated away. So it seems like a lot of people want me to bring it back. I'm considering it. It's so far it's fun tonight. So
I've had a blast.
All right, well, I appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks, Papa. Me and my wife love you so much. We appreciate it, dude.
I appreciate that. Love you guys too.
All right.
Take care.
See you, man.
Peace. All right, Gelato. What's up, brother? It's been a while. How you doing?
I've been good, Papa. How you been?
Not too bad. Let me turn you up a little bit. What's going on? Can you turn yourself up a little bit? If not, it's okay.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I just have to go to settings really quick. Is that any better?
Yeah, a little bit.
Alright, but yeah, I just want to say what's up. It's been a little while, I know, since like our sub Saturdays, but I've just been really enjoying your content lately, and I just want to say like it's just really it's really cool to see you kind of like not go like mainstream, but sort of like get a chance to talk with some like these bigger content creators and sort of like express your content, because I know like you've been making good content for like a long time, so I just want to like congratulate you on that.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Slow build, slow climb.
Yeah, slow and steady, but I think like it's very easy a lot of times. Yeah, for sure. Like I think it's easy a lot of times, sort of like sell out and trying to make like a lot of like inflammatory, sort of like back and forth content with a creator just to get some like views. So I know it takes a lot to like sort of stick to like what you know, but I think it's really cool that you've been able to go up with it.
Yeah, I had a brush with that on TikTok. I'm actually happy that I got banned, honestly, able to not go into like a fucking bad spot. But I'm pretty happy with where I am right now. Very slow build. But I'm happy with it. I'm doing well. It seems like I'm generating respect more than views necessarily, but I'm totally fine with that. I've been able to make some more acquaintances. It's like I think one of the coolest acquaintances that I have is Gideon. He's a cool guy. That was really interesting. So that one's really pretty awesome. I mean, I wouldn't say like we're friends or anything, but it's like cool to know him and I have his like number and stuff and just be able to be like, hey, what's up every once in a while. So it's definitely been cool. It's definitely cool. It's a humbling experience. But I definitely enjoy it.
For sure. But yeah, I just want to say congratulations. I think like you've been making good content. I think that I really like the Papa Gut Leftovers channel. I like being able to like see sort of like the funnier stuff and like, I think it's been good for building consistent audiences.
I like that one. It's like it's a more carefree channel. It's a more carefree, and I do actually enjoy it a lot. And a lot of times I enjoy posting on it more than the main channel. Less stressful, just kind of post whatever I want. It's that one that I really like, so I appreciate you watching that one.
Yeah, of course. I think they've been it's pretty good too, because it's like I feel like before, like if I was watching your YouTube video because I missed a stream, like I'd have to like sort of like watch like the serious stuff, but the Leftover channel sort of gets me like back in like the funny vibe.
Yeah, I've been going through a more serious aspect on the main channel, which I want to do. I do enjoy doing that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm getting like older, so I don't want to like always talk about like some stupid YouTube drama or something. I know it sounds weird, but I still like doing that, and I like making fun, stupid videos because I enjoy making a lot of just like the sillier videos. And the Leftovers like really allows me to do that and post some like more fun stuff where people can laugh, and I enjoy it a lot. I enjoy having this separation.
Yeah, for sure. I think like also like just being able to do it consistently has been pretty cool. Like just seeing like I think the streaming has been good. I think overall like you've just been like making good content lately.
I really appreciate that. It. Only especially, lately, huh?
Yeah.
Shit. I'm just fucking with you. I really
Well,
appreciate
you know,
that.
like,
I'm just fucking around with you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'm
for
just busting
sure.
your chops.
Well, no, I get it. Well, you have a great rest of your night, Papa.
All right. You too, man. Thank you very much for stopping by.
For sure. Take care.
Peace, peace. Let me read a thing real quick. So Hunter Young, $10. Thank you so much, brother. Hey, buddy. Shot a message you on Twitter regarding a discussion I want to have with you if you're interested. Is that you preferred method of contact? Love you. A client on viewer. I mean, you could pop into here if you wanted to have like a chat. If I can get to you, I'll get to you. I don't know how much longer I'll be doing today, but I actually might make this a little bit of a regular thing again, like I used to, because it seems to be going pretty well. I'm having like a good amount of fun. Who do we got next?
Well, we got.
Is that man spreading? Is that man spreading? What's up, man spreading? Is he there?
Hang on a sec. I'm trying to figure out why I can't speak to the speaker.
I can hear you. I can hear you. What's going on, brother?
Okay, cool. Nothing much. Honestly, right now I'm just like I have the YouTube on the TV and like Discord on my phone, so I'm like watching both. I have to mute the YouTube now so it's not back and forth.
Okay.
But yeah, nothing crazy like right now. At my job, I have like a couple of supervisors saying that they'd want me in a full-time position, which is pretty cool. It kind of like sets me up as a 20-year-old to maybe have like a stable job in the future. So I'm doing pretty good.
Well, that's good, man. That's always that's the dream, right? Trying to develop a stable job, especially when you're younger. Yeah, good. Okay, good for you, man.
100%. But yeah, no, it's not really much, honestly. I just want you to know, like, yeah, you've been doing great, like on YouTube and all of that. Like I've been watching, it's not really the most special experience, but like watching you on TikTok like a long time ago. I was really confused, like why you weren't showing up anymore, but like watching you on TikTok a while ago.
Well, now you know, right? I got hit with the band hammer a little bit.
Exactly.
You know,
like,
no fun.
Yeah, since I like found you again though, like I've been binging your content since.
Well,
like
I appreciate that at least. That's the silver lining there. But unfortunately, I got fucking slapped a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Like I'm following the content like since. Well, I can't really say since. It's been like a week and a half, and I've just been like going through a whole bunch of videos from like what you got recently to as far back as I can. Like I was watching the debate with like Consciously.
Oh wow, yeah, that's an old one. Yeah.
So I'm going very far down.
That's definitely far back. Okay, well yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah, 100%. And then I've been trying for like a week, man. Come on, why don't you show us the Funko Pops? Why don't you get into that?
Let me set that up. I'll do like a Funko Pop thing for the for like the leftovers channel, and I'll pop that in there. All right.
I have like all mine around my desk. I have like 2 full. I think it's like 16 by 16 boxes of just Funko Pops to move back into my college. So
that's a lot. That's crazy. I kind of like stopped collecting them in general, but I still have like a ton of them behind me. But I've only been collecting like the My Hero Academia ones.
I know they're dropping like a few more.
Are they?
Like the Hot Topic that I have. Like me and my friends, we go around and get them from all over Virginia Beach and everything. So we kind of go back and forth there. But like, yeah, they just dropped Hawks and Jiro recently, and I have to go find those.
Oh, so now I have to find that. I gotta go to the fucking mall now and get that. Because I still have to get that. I should have bought it, but there's that big ass fucking like whatever Midoriya Deku whatever. One with that kid on the back, and I never bought that. I should have. I should have bought it. But
do you prefer the big ones, or is it like
I don't? But I just want to have all of those.
Look, man, if you want, I have an extra one. I think it might be okay.
Well, if I did, I'd buy it from you. I'll see about it though. Why do you have an extra one? Would you buy 2? Do you buy copies?
Yeah, because Hot Topic does like discounts for like every few months. I actually have like a couple of coupons where it's like after like a certain period of time they'll do like if you spend $30, you can get 15 off. And you know,
oh
Funko.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. You get the, but like it's like the fucking cash, but you have to use it like a month later. I have a bunch of that shit, so you just kind of okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So I just pick up extra ones because you know trading, and sometimes I sell them. I'm not gonna lie. You know, people hate.
Hey, it is what it is, man. You gotta just get on your grind, man. I respect
exactly. I use it to try and get my first car. So
hey, listen, do what you gotta do, man. You know, I get what you're saying. I don't blame you. I don't blame
but
you.
it's not really much. I was really making sure that I didn't lose my train of thought like I did when I met like anime voice actors, because like I got up and talked to them, but like my mind went blank. I was really hoping it didn't happen this time. Thank God it didn't.
Well, I'm not as important as one of like a voice actor. Those guys are
as much as I watch you, the feeling is the same. So
well, I guess that's a nice thing. I appreciate that, but you don't have to worry, brother. Don't worry about it.
It's no problem at all. But yeah, I didn't really want to say much. I just appreciate you making all these videos. I might ask you for advice later on. I don't want to do it too much here just because I feel like it's a little bit more personal, but I might shoot you a message here sometime soon.
All right. I'll keep an eye out. All right, man. I appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you for letting me on. Appreciate you.
Yeah, take care. Have a good one.
You too.
Peace. All right.
Mustaplier would like to speak with you.
Yes, of course, Mustaplier. Get him in here.
He's in here.
He's in here. What's up? Oh shit! What's up, brother? Are you in here? He's not here.
He's here. He's been saying he's a bit nervous to talk.
Why is he nervous? What is he nervous for? What the fuck? What's up, Mustaplier? What are you doing? Why are you so nervous? Hello?
That was me, not him.
Oh, I thought that was. I don't fucking know. What is he? Why is he feeling nervous?
I don't know. He should have a British accent. That's how you know he's talking.
Oh, really? Why is he? What are you so nervous for, bro? What the hell's going on here? I'm just a person. You know what's going on?
He says it's not working.
Ah, okay. I see. That makes sense. He's lying. He's lying here. This fucking asshole. This guy. No. I'm just kidding. If it's not working for him, I guess we'll move on to the next person. And then if he gets it to work, like we'll chat with him, of course.
He can wait in here and try and get it to start working.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey.
Is it working now? Is that it now?
No, it's me. No, it's me.
Okay.
Zach.
What's up?
All right, I got a few things.
All right, be quick, cause are you?
They're gonna take a long. All right.
You okay? Go ahead.
One thing. Stranger Things is ass.
Okay. Well, it wasn't that bad. I like the newest season.
I didn't like Stranger Things.
Okay. That's fair.
All right. A lot of people. I've been talking, and we gotta fight Wings.
Oh, Wings Redemption. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I guess I don't know. Why would I fight Wings Redemption? What do I benefit from fighting Wings Redemption? Let's be honest.
I don't know.
It'll be funny.
It'll be funny. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But like, there's no clout to farm off of him. There's no clout to farm off of that guy. Right?
Fair enough.
You know, he's just a fucking has-been loser. I'm just fucking.
Okay.
I'm kidding. It's a joke, bro. It's a joke. Okay.
Yeah.
I might be a little too old though. I mean, I'm not 12 years old, so I don't know if he'd be into a fight with me. I'm just fucking around. I really am.
All right. Yeah, I love your content, man. I watch you. It's sometimes I've noticed a lot too. A lot of people who don't like you, I feel like, or like think you're bad. I think
that's true. That's true.
But here, like, I think a lot of them don't really watch you or kind of take a lot of stuff out of context. Don't really realize a lot of stuff you say.
Oh yeah,
I feel like
they're
misunderstanding a lot of things, and it's kind of frustrating sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. But it's one of those things where like it is what it is. Some people are just not going to be. They're not going to like they're just not going to give me the time of day. Unfortunately, it's just the reality. And I just kind of have to deal with it. It is what it is. What it is. Can't play. I because I'm trying not to focus too much on people. I can't. That I'm never going to be able to get through to. They're just never going to listen to what I have to say, regardless. They're not interested in it.
Yeah, they kind of shut it out.
Yep. So.
And all right. One more thing. When I'm in school, sometimes when you're streaming, Oh yeah, you get me through school sometimes. I'm just watching the stream. I'm supposed to be paying attention to school.
I appreciate that, but make sure you're paying attention enough in class. You know.
Oh yeah, don't worry.
Make sure you're doing that. I don't want you to fucking fail out because you're watching me. You know.
I'm good.
All right. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, brother. You take care. All right.
Thank you very much. You too.
Yes, sir. All right. Who we got next? Was that another mod?
No.
Oh, it wasn't a mod. I thought it was. That's all. Okay. Well, anyway, what is Mustaplier working again?
Hello. Yeah, he's there.
What's going on, my man? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What's going on, man?
Nothing much. I can't lie. It's 4 now, and I'm a bit tired, but I
Okay.
to say hello.
Well, what's going on? What is it like? It's late as fuck over there, isn't it? Like 4 in the morning or something?
Yeah.
5 in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that accent. I know that accent.
I dislike it, but I have to live with it.
It's not too bad. Some girls like it a lot, or guys, if that's what you're into. You know, whatever you do. You.
Bit of both.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah. So what's up, man? Do you want to talk any, or are you banging out to go to sleep?
I've got one question.
All right, what you got for me?
If you're offered to do a live action Family Guy, would you do it?
Who am I gonna play? Am I playing Peter Griffin? I have to shave the beard.
Of course you are.
I have to shave the beard. I feel like I would hurt my brand. I'm Papa God. Like the beard is part of the brand. I also don't think I'm very good at acting. Like I'm pretty decent at like public speaking, but I don't think I would be a very good actor. So I don't know. I might turn it down just so I wouldn't embarrass myself. But it could be a cool opportunity.
I think if you've got the Amish beard back, it would be perfect for you.
What did you say? Like if you did like an Amish bit?
Amish beard that you had.
Oh well, yeah, that I have locked in. But if I shave the mustache, I look like a real Amish piece of shit. It's actually really bad. I look like a beast titan. It's pretty bad.
Do you do it again?
I'm not doing it again. I hated the way I looked.
Please.
No way, dude. I hated it.
What would I have to do?
Nothing in the world.
100?
No, I wouldn't take your money, bro. I hate when people donate a lot of money to me. It kills me.
I'll pitch in another 100.
Oh
make
my
it 200.
god, no way! Just for the shade the mustache?
Yeah.
You guys are
pitch 100 as well.
I'm not doing it. You guys need to save your money. You guys are young. You got to save your
I'll
money.
pitch in 5 cents. Okay.
I think that's enough.
You guys got to save your money. You guys are saving money. Somebody said that a Krello, his cat died recently. I should check up on him. I messaged him the other day. We talked like very briefly. It wasn't a whole lot though. Yeah. All right. Well, you got anything else? You can hang out in here if you want.
We'll for a little bit. I feel like I should stay awake.
Okay. Well, have a good sleep then. Don't let me keep you up. Right? You got to get you
No,
young.
you're not.
You youngins got to get some good sleep. You know. Right. I do too. I'm
My
fucking
sleep
old.
is really bad.
Is it? Well, you're fucking young. You guys are. I slept like 2 hours a fucking night when I was young, playing World of Warcraft, going to school. You know, some dumbass shit. That's what I would do. So
Instead, I'm watching you. So.
Yeah. See, there you go. You're not even getting the World of Warcraft enjoyment out of it. What are you doing? You're fucking yourself over.
I mean, with the allegations, I probably would avoid it.
No, with the WoW. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It is a little bit sussy. So that's true. All right. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, brother. You take care. All right.
You too.
Peace. Who's next? Who's next? Who's the next sussy baka in here?
Oh yeah, someone had a question.
Oh, what's up? Well, I guess I'll have an
Would
answer.
you ever act in a Samir video?
Oh, 100%. Only if I got to be the racist white guy.
Sounds good.
That sounds right up my alley, bro. For sure. Shit, this is fucking crazy. All right. Do we have anybody else? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's
can
up?
you hear me?
What's up? What's up?
Okay, so I've just had one question.
Sure.
So I've been stalking your Papa Got Leftover channel.
Okay.
And I noticed that there hasn't been any Chris Chan in a while.
Yep.
So wondering when you were going to get back on that.
Hopefully soon. You know, we're very close to the end of it, obviously. So, but I haven't really got around to a whole lot of Chris Chan. You know, I know I have to. I know I have to. What'd you say?
I said I feel you.
Yeah. It's just like it's not bad. I just haven't really been feeling it. You know. haven't really been feeling it. Gotta feel it a little bit.
Yeah. That's all. That's all I had to ask, though.
Okay, fair enough. I respect it. I respect it.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. Nice meeting you, Steph.
Thank you. Nice meeting you too. Take care. All right.
All right. See ya.
Peace. Who we got next?
Yo, what's up, Papa Gut?
What is going on, my man? How are you?
I didn't really have anything planned, honestly. I just I was gonna ask the same thing as Zach L did, that you should fight Wings, you know. There's no clout to farm, but I think it'll just make you look better in the process. Like, just compared to him.
I don't know if it'll make me look better. I feel like it would just be me beating up on this dude. You know what I mean? Like if I actually fought him.
I think it would be a respectful fight. Like, I don't think you should cause any beef with him. Like, you know.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You're just saying like
thing.
Just do like a regular fight, but don't make it like a beef oriented.
If it's a mutual thing, then yeah. But I think personally, it should be run by Keemstar if you really want it to be. Like,
I suppose. I don't think that he would get, and maybe even me with my health. I don't think that we would be able to get clearance to be able to fight. So.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You know, so I'm not sure if it would work out too much, but it's certainly an idea.
Yeah, I just think it'd be kind of funny.
That I can understand. I could see it being pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I just came on here to say that, and yeah, I've been watching for a while, and I really enjoy your content. So yeah.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, my man. Well, you take care, and I'll think about fighting Wings of Redemption.
Good to hear.
All right. Take care, brother. All right. Who do we got next? Oh, wait. Somebody, Papa Gut, a blog Alier. Can you speak any Irish? No, I can't. I don't know anything you're saying, brother. Thank you for the $5. I don't know Irish for fucking shit. I don't know anything except for American. Anyway, who's next? What's going on? How you doing?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited right now.
All right. Well, I appreciate that.
First of all, I'm happy to be a female caller.
Okay.
So, you know, I am your target audience. Not your target, I don't know. But you said that you got like the 30-year-old women.
Yeah, it's either the young men, teenage guys, or like the older women. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's me right here. So,
there you go. See, Mama Gut Orbiters is what I call them.
Yeah, I love her. I love her so much. Sorry, I should probably not eat while I talk to you.
It's okay.
I'm a true fan here.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I eat all the time, so you know you're in good company.
I'm always like, I'm always watching you. I love you. So,
but thank you.
So I wrote down like a few things because otherwise I'll forget.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to say like thank you for using your platform for what you do use it for, because you had made me come to a few realizations that, well, not realizations so much, but it just made me affirm like certain things that I had went through.
Okay.
were like when I was trigger warning. I hate that expression because like life is a fucking trigger, but so trigger warning. But like, you know, when I was 13, I lost my virginity to an 18-year-old. And I remember looking at like my cousin's kid like a couple years ago, and she was like 13, and she wasn't even shaving her legs yet. And like seeing how much of a child she still really was. And like then that's when I started to think, oh, maybe that wasn't really the best situation.
Yeah, I get that.
You know, and but before that, to me, it was just like another thing that had happened to me. But
yeah.
Because I've so much shit has happened to me, but I'm whatever. That's a whole other thing. But I'd be an interesting person to talk to. Let's just say that. But
okay.
Anyway, but also, let me think here. Ethan Klein, I wanted to bring up a little bit.
All right.
if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. What about him? What about him?
I don't want to go over time because I know a lot of people want to talk.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, no problem.
And please kick me off whenever. So Ethan Klein, I'd
Mm-hmm.
been watching way before I ever even knew you existed.
Mm-hmm.
I loved him, and then I did see him switch. I liked him when he was still saying things that were like wild, but obviously
a little edgy. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, but they weren't edgy at the time, you know? I definitely don't like those things. That's not the, that sounded horrible. I definitely didn't like, I'm thinking everyone.
I know probably like when he maybe you felt like he spoke his mind a little bit more, something along those lines.
Exactly. Not the words that they had to bleep. I didn't
Yeah,
like those.
yeah.
But yeah, I definitely liked him then. But so him now, I just feel like, I don't know what happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
I know you change when you're a parent, but with this whole like, I know you don't want to talk about deaf noodles, but this whole deaf noodles thing, him not saying anything is such a bitch move. Like,
I understand. Like, I know that they're friends in some capacity, and I understand that he doesn't really want to like look into it or talk about it. I get it. I don't think that he has to talk about it.
I don't.
You know?
He gets into everything. He gets
Yeah,
into
I know.
of other people's business, but he won't get into this.
I will say I'm kind of happy he's not talking about it because like I don't like the attention over this topic. It's like a little it's a little intense. You know what I mean? So I'm okay with him not really talking about it. It doesn't bother me too much.
I think now it's done and over with.
Yeah, for sure.
And I also like that you like kind of took a break from videos for a little bit.
Yeah, I was just like I kind of did some offline stuff. I didn't want to do too much like online shit, I guess. But yeah, I took a little bit of a break just to kind of fucking decompress a little bit.
Yeah, because you're a human.
Yeah, it was a nice little break, I'll say that.
For sure. And so definitely glad that it went away, but I think at the moment that it happened, the fact that he didn't say anything, that was kind of the moment where I haven't watched him like at all. I was like sticking through with him to just wait for him to maybe just like snap out of it, stop hanging out with Hassan or something. I don't know.
Well, I think him and Hassan are good friends. I don't think that'll really ever happen. I don't think they're ever gonna stop doing that. I could see why they're friends. But yeah, I don't think he's gonna stop talking about Hassan. I think that they're pretty much they're on obviously good terms and they're making money together. So
that's true. I have dreams, you know. It's good to have.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But right, that's really all. But I mean, we've been hearing. And I'm saying this from like the nicest. Oh, one more thing before I go.
What's
I'm so freaking annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany, I don't know if you saw this. You know that Brittany girl? I can't stand her. I'm sorry, but you talked to her.
Brittany Simon? Is that what you're talking about?
Levels. Oh my god.
Yeah, she's nice. Why? What happened? What happened that bothered you?
Just whacked out of her freaking mind, dude. Okay, you know, Mr. Girl was talking to her. It made me think Mr. Girl was sane. So they were on a panel. Mr. Girl, Brittany, Lav, somebody, Destiny. They did this panel. It was like 3 hours. They're all arguing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. I would love to hear your opinion.
People ask me to take a look. Maybe I'll take a look at it. I might. I've been doing a lot of Destiny, so I've been like a little bit Destiny burnt out almost. But I might take a look at it. I guess. I might take a look at it.
It's really good. It's really long. Mm-hmm. It's a lot less Destiny and more Mr. Girl, this Lab Girl, and Brittany.
Okay.
It made me not like Brittany. Before I just thought she was annoying, but this made me think she's certifiable.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, no one can see my face right now. I can say whatever I want, you know.
Sure. I guess that's true. I'll think about taking a look into it. I've got a couple. It's just it's just so long. That's why I haven't really taken a look at it.
Yeah.
So, but okay.
All right. I don't want to take up too much time. Thank thank you for letting some of the ladies or one lady speak. So
I think people are pulling them up in order of like hand raising. So, but I appreciate you coming on. It's nice to have like some women in my audience as well to balance out some of the men. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, I sound insane, but I'm just really happy to be talking
Well,
to you.
I appreciate that. That's very cool. It's very cool.
Not looking at any comments, so that's perfect too. All right.
All right, you take care. All right.
All right. Bye.
Have a good one. Have a good one. Somebody donated $11.11 Canadian. Would you ever pay the $15 to roast Dennis? No, I don't. I would never. I don't want to associate really with Dennis. So. Who do we got next? Who do we got next in here? Who's the next victim?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's up?
Papa, what's going on, man? How are you?
Not too much, brother. How you doing? I'm not too bad. How are you? How are you?
Doing all right. I'm doing all right. It's actually so funny because the girl that was just up here. See, I didn't know that you were burnt out on Destiny because I know Destiny recently went on like Fresh and Fit, and
I reviewed it. I actually reviewed it today on my on
did you?
Twitch. Yeah, I hopefully am gonna be able to upload it soon. You know, as long as it doesn't get fucking DMCA'd. Because Fresh and Fit are full of fucking. They like to fuck around with that kind of shit.
What's crazy is I saw a couple of clips from that whole thing on TikTok, and it's just like, see, I watched some of the Andrew Tate videos because I think they're funny, like just for the meme purposes, and then just like seeing like everybody in the comment section of those TikToks, just like Destiny didn't understand Andrew's point and all this other stuff, like Andrew Tate loyalists, and like on one hand, I can get it because they probably paid that $50 for Hustlers University. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they gotta they have to cope on it. You know.
Yeah,
they gotta do the cope.
So one thing I just, like I said, I didn't have really any question. Just wanted to say, like for Papa Gut Leftovers or anything like that. I know you watched Andrew Tate's like E-Date with like Cheyenne on that like that British YouTube channel. You like
yeah.
So I think maybe for Leftovers, have you been told to watch the Castillo one?
No, I haven't. I don't even know what that is.
Okay.
You do like another date with somebody?
So yeah, she did another date with like this like British artist named Castillo.
Okay.
It's like hysterical. Not like hysterical as in like he's like being like ridiculously brutally honest, and I feel like what makes it funny is just the shock factor of like you never expect him to say the stuff that he says. Like at one point
that seems to be like that seems to be a pretty big draw for Andrew Tate as being a little crazy, you know?
Yeah, so I think so. Like at one point during like the E-Date, she was like, you know, how did you get here? And he was like, oh, I just came from having sex. And she was like, huh?
Oh my god.
He's like, I got some pussy last night and this morning. She's like, wait.
He's just being absurd at that point, huh?
Yeah, 100%.
Jesus.
And it's just like it's just that shock factor. But yeah, like I said, I didn't want to take up too much time. I just wanted to say, pop in, big fan. Yeah, man, awesome.
Well,
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate you stopping by, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Yo, have a good night.
You too. Take care, bro.
Take care.
Bro, this boss is kicking my fucking ass, bro. It's crazy. It's fucking nut bars.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, what's going on?
It's man leading. How are you doing, Papa?
How am I doing? I'm not doing too bad. How are you doing?
Oh, that's not too great. I'm not doing great. So you're not doing great.
Why is that?
Because you're not doing great.
I'm doing okay. I said I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine.
All right.
Oh yeah, I'm
doing
fine.
Okay then.
Well, that's good. What's up? I'm getting my ass kicked in this video game, I'll tell you that much.
Which video game are you playing?
I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I've never played any of the Final Fantasies. Are they good? Like,
they're right.
Best time in?
Final Fantasy VII, I mean, like, it's like one of those, like, oh my god, this is the greatest Final Fantasy ever made kind of a game, but it's okay. I mean, I played it when I was younger, so it's like one of those things where I'm, like, biased, I guess, in that capacity. Because I played it when I was younger, so, but I like it. Bro, I don't know how the fuck to beat this fucking boss. Anyway, do you have any questions? Do you have anything, any questions that you got?
Hi, I was dragged
Oh.
in here.
Okay. What's okay? What about did the last guy have any questions, or did he leave?
No, he's one of our mods.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So then I guess we'll move it on. What's up? How are you? How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too
I
bad. Could be
just-
worse.
Wanted to thank you for posting long form content. I have sleep. I have insomnia.
Okay.
So
Well, that
it
sounds
really
like a
helps
struggle.
me
Yeah.
to sleep. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Well, okay. Thank you. Well, thank you for watching. I think that's probably better, more important for But I appreciate that you like the content. I do, and that it helps you, I guess, sleep or at least do something. 'Cause that's gotta be brutal. Do you have like actual like diagnosed insomnia?
Yeah, and sleep apnea.
Oh, that's rough. Yeah, I could imagine. I should probably go to the doctor. I might have sleep apnea, but that's brutal. It's definitely brutal. Okay. Well, thank you. Did you have any questions or anything?
Not really.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. Did she disappear already? Oh. Did she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for stopping in. She kind of just disappeared. I didn't mean to rush her off. I was just, but yeah, I appreciate her stopping by. All right. Well, who's next? Next victim. Am I right?
Oh, hey. How's it going?
Not too bad. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I just wanted to say I actually started getting into your content as the whole Only Jays thing was going on.
Yeah, that was what a fun arc, huh?
Yeah, tell me about
What
it.
a fun arc.
I discovered you had a Twitch channel, and I was there from the beginning of the Chris Chan saga, and that has been a wild ride.
Yeah. Only Jason Christian. That's definitely a fucking wild ride, man. Jesus.
Absolutely. But yeah, no, I just wanted to come on and say that I appreciate all of the takes that you've had across multiple different things. Like I usually pretty much agree with what you have to say. It just it makes sense to me. You're very well spoken and articulate, and I just wanted to give you your props, man.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. I really do. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you so
Yep,
much.
that's all I had to say.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping by.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one, all right?
You too, man.
Peace. Peace out, Boy Scout. Mosey gave me $2, said thank you. You're my favorite comfort YouTuber. He didn't say thank you. Sorry, I was reading fast. But thank you so much. I wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much. Who do we got in here now? Who's next? What's up? Hello?
Yo.
Hey, what's going on? What you got for me?
First of all, bring back Sub Saturdays because this is awesome.
I know a lot of people seem to like
Some
it.
form of it. Yeah.
It's not so bad. I'm just kind of chilling right now. I was in my feels, I guess, when I got banned on TikTok. I was being a pussy. But what you got for me?
I mean, nothing much. Just trying to, I haven't spoken to you in over a year.
Oh wow.
Since they got rid of them. I've been watching since October of 2020. So.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
See, you're a real one, bro. All right, I appreciate that.
Yeah. Thanks, man. No, I'm just stopping in and saying hi. I just want to
All right. Well, I appreciate that, man. Okay.
It's better.
All right. Do you have anything? Did you want to say anything else?
The Niners are gonna win the Super Bowl. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Well, I don't like the Super Bowl because I'm guys touching each other is kind of gay, but hopefully,
All right, man.
I'm just fucking around, man. Hopefully, whoever the fuck you want to win wins. All right. How's that?
Yeah. See ya.
Peace out, man. Peace out. What do we got next? Who's the next one?
We got another mod in here. If you want to say,
Yeah,
Dia,
sure.
you want to say hi? Dia.
Hello?
Hi.
What's going on?
Nothing much. How are you?
Not too bad. I'm not too bad. Okay. So you got any? There's a lot of mods
No,
here.
I kind
There's
of
other-
got pressured to get up here.
Oh, you got pressure when they forced you to come up here and say something?
Yeah.
We
That's
did.
okay.
We did.
You guys are bullying my mods. What the fuck?
For real.
It's fucked up.
For real.
Okay.
Mod on mod bullying.
That's not good. It's not good. All right. Well, did you want to say anything? You don't have to. You know if you don't want to.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. Who's the next one? Who's the next one up?
I got it. Something.
What's up? You're making me nervous.
If you all don't mind, would you all like to hear me cook?
No.
You don't?
No, no.
That's okay.
All
That's
right.
okay.
I don't mean to be too brutally honest, but no. Do you have a question or anything?
I mean, I do have a question, but it's after this sub's question.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So who's got what? What do we got here?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm doing good. Ugh, I had a million questions, but I'm blanking right now.
Okay. I'm sorry.
But what comes to mind when I've been on the edge of my seat? What's up with those ghosts in your house?
Which one is that? Which ones? The ones that I'm always like getting distracted by?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't think they like me. I think it's my I guess my father-in-law, because he died before. I didn't even meet him, but we got the urn in here and everything, so it's probably something to do with that. You know, it is what it is. You know, I mean, whatever. As long as they're not trying to kill me or anything, and they're just chilling, like it is what it is. I mean, I can't really complain, can I? You know.
Yeah,
That's
but do you actually believe in ghosts?
Maybe. I don't fucking know. It's possible. I mean, who knows? You know, that's the way I look at it. I don't want to piss them off by telling them that they don't exist. My wife literally, the first thing I think that she said in this whole thing, and she's in the chat, she said, "What the fuck are you talking about ghosts for?" So now I think you freaked her out a little bit.
Oh my gosh, no. I'm sure they're good ghosts, and it's not a big deal. It's just something I always wondered about. I don't know. I'm always interested by Mama Gut because it seems like she's gotten you into like those crystals and.
Yup,
like,
she's got me
I
a
hear you
little more
talking about
spiritual.
crystals. Exactly. So, and also, I know. Anyway, whatever. I can't remember any of the other questions I had, so I guess that's it.
That's okay. Okay. Well, I appreciate you stopping by.
All right. Take care.
You too. Take care. That's so funny. It seems like we got to get Mama Gut back in here. We got to get her back into making more content again. Who's next?
For real. Can I ask my question, if you don't mind?
Oh yeah, sure. Were you waiting in here for a while?
No, I was just waiting for this.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Subscribers.
Yeah, what you got for me?
So,
hey, oh.
Hold on. Let's get the other person. What's your question, my man? What's up?
Hey, Papa.
Hold on. Wait, hold on. Let me get the other guy. The man. Was it man leading?
Sorry.
Yeah,
No, it's
man
okay.
leading.
Yeah, what's up? What did you want to say? Really quick.
it's gonna be a long question.
All right. Well, make it short. All
If
right.
you could-
Make it a shorter,
It's gonna
long
be-
question. Well, how long of
it's
a
long
question is
with
it?
a long answer.
How long of a question are we talking here?
I could say it right now, and maybe later you'll answer it.
Okay. Well, give me the question, and I'll do my best. All right.
Okay. So, for like a month, I've been curious of my mental state.
Okay.
Okay. So I wanted to know how I could understand my mental state more, because I have some things that are like differentiating from what my typical the other family that I have and the other friends that I do have. They have a certain like mental state that's like I understand as normal, and I have some differentiating things going on with the way I think mentally.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't. What do you? I mean, it sounds like what I'm compelled to say. You might want to like see a therapist or something based on the way that you're talking about this. Is that the appropriate thing to say? Like, what is it that you're referring to?
No, I'm just trying to understand. I'm just getting some more knowledge about my situation because this has been going on for a bit, and I wanted to quickly understand it. That's it.
Okay, well, what is it that you're referring to? You know?
Sometimes, I noticed a couple of things going on. I've watched like a person who has the what is it called? ADHD. He
Okay.
has ADHD on TikTok, and he makes a series of videos about situations with his mental disorder. And I
Okay.
noticed that I relate to a great amount of them.
Okay.
So I wanted to know how.
Okay, so yeah, no, I would say you should probably, if you really feel like you might have ADHD and that it's like impacting your life in a way, you should probably see like maybe try to get like a mental health counseling. One of the things I would say though, because I have ADHD, but one of the things I think could potentially be dangerous is self-diagnosing. If you try hard enough, especially if you misrepresent like some of the issues that you might have, like some of the aspects that you might get diagnosed for when it comes to ADHD. It's kind of easy for people in general to be like, oh, I might have that. Like if you looked up the list of anything in like DSM-5, you could probably identify with multiple things in anything. Like anybody could probably be like, oh my God, I might be autistic because part of it's like, oh, do you have social awkwardness? You know? So I would be careful about self-diagnosing.
Of course.
And all I can really tell you is you might want to like ask somebody, follow up, and maybe see a therapist if you feel like you need to, because I certainly couldn't help you with that question or answer.
Of course. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Oh yeah, no problem, man. But don't let it get in the way. You know what I mean? Like I have ADHD. I feel like I don't take medication anymore. I learned to manage it. So I wouldn't stress too much about it.
Of course.
All right. Yeah, no problem. All right. So who else we got? Who else was the other individual?
I guess that's me.
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, so it's a bit late for me. I'm sorry if I sound a bit drowsy. It's
no worries, brother. No
15
worries.
past 4. So you have a viewer in Iceland, just so you know.
Okay, very cool. I always enjoy the international viewers. Very cool.
Yeah, so I just want to say first off, thank you for all your work in educating young boys. Men, I'm sorry. I am one of them. And your talks about sexual assault and stuff like that has really helped me know how to act in my first relationship, which has been going for a couple months, and it's great. So,
well, I appreciate that, and that's awesome that your relationship's going well.
Yeah, so just thank you for telling young men how to act and how to not hurt people. And what you say about power dynamics is hit me very hard. So.
All right, cool, man. I mean, I really appreciate that. That's what I like to hear. You know, that some of the stuff that I'm doing is positively impactful.
Yeah, of course. So I don't want to take too long because I've been waiting for a bit. I had one thought about. You said in a video a couple of days ago about the effects of COVID on the economy.
Okay.
And the effects on the rich. So the only point I wanted to contest was that the top 1%, their wealth increased by $3.8 trillion.
Yeah. I remember somebody. I mean, maybe it was even you who said that in the comments. Somebody had mentioned that. That's a good point. I know that a lot of really rich people benefited a lot. I still wouldn't relate that to a COVID conspiracy, but a lot of really rich people, especially Amazon, did really well because people were buying a lot from home and whatnot and doing online shopping. And yeah, for sure, you're right. You're definitely right.
Yeah. So I'm not pointing to any conspiracy. I just wanted to make that point.
Yeah, no problem. I understand.
Yeah, and also. Just thank you for helping, especially me. I was in a bit of a difficult, in the political space, a bit of going down the alt-right pipeline. I mean, I had gotten myself out of it pretty decently, but your videos really helped me just make sure, you should respect other people and treat and stuff like that. So,
well, I appreciate that, man.
Thank you for that.
I do really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I have nothing else to say, and just very nice to be talking to you, Papa.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you, man. Take care. I appreciate you. I appreciate the kind words. I appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just gonna go to sleep now, so good night.
All right. Have a good night, man. Have a good night. All right. I'm getting my ass kicked in this fucking game. All right. Who's next?
Oh, wait. Someone from the Discord chat has a question.
Okay. Well, what? Maybe I have an answer.
How do you manage your ADHD?
I just don't. I just let it fucking manage me. No. For me, I don't know if I know how to answer that question. I know it sounds so stupid. But I don't know if I have a good answer. Because I remember with my whole thing is I used to take medication for my ADHD, and then I stopped because it made me feel like shit, made me feel uncomfortable, made me feel like really antisocial. So I came off of it like cold turkey. It was kind of bad. I was kind of abrupt. And so I just learned to live with it over years. It took me to kind of get my shit together. I guess some of the issues I have are like my inability to focus sometimes. And like sometimes you just have to like realize when you're not focusing, and then you have to kind of put down your phone. I know it sounds crazy, but I will sit on my phone while like my wife's talking to me and just completely disengage. So it's some things like that. I think that the best bet is to find an outlet for your increased energy. That'll probably help you quite a bit when it comes to your ADHD. Overall, I don't know if I specifically internalize the good things that I've done to help me manage my ADHD, but hopefully that's helpful. So like try to do something like a physical hobby that'll get some of your energy out, and try to be a little bit more focused when you're talking to people, and maybe put down your phone, because I think a lot of people with ADHD like are hyper focused on their phones, and then they don't really engage with the world around them, and that could be a little bit of a rough thing to do. That was a viewer chat question, right?
Someone from the Discord.
Okay. We have a lot of people in here. Who is the next person up?
They both came up at the same time. I pulled someone up,
shit.
and then
Oh shit, you guys are fucking it up. All right, just fight it out. I'm just kidding. All right, we'll do, I guess, Bong Breath first, since it's alphabetical order.
Oh my god, hello?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad.
Yeah, hi. Oh my god, I'm so nervous.
No, no need to be nervous. No need to be nervous.
Yeah, I've been watching you for a while now, and I just want to say I watch you with my friends on Discord. Like, I'll stream your content, and I got a lot of my friends into you as well.
Oh,
so
that's pretty cool. I
just wanna
appreciate that. That's pretty cool.
Tell them hi for you.
All right. Well, cool. Hi back to them. That's cool. I didn't
Yeah,
think people watch partied me. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, no, I'm always just like streaming random shit, and if you come out with a new video, I'm showing it to everyone.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. And this is kind of a random question. I don't know if you will have much to say about it, but I was watching your stream earlier today, and I asked this in chat, but you didn't see, which is fine.
I'm sorry. I
you're good.
tried my best to keep up with the chat.
You're good. I saw that you had a thing pulled up about Dylan Mulvaney on TikTok, and I was just curious as to like what that might be about.
Mulvaney, I think I might know what you're talking about. I'm not. Let me just give me 2 seconds. I'm assuming, and I could be wrong, that you're referring to a video that somebody had sent me, and I thought it was kind of interesting. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll take a look. About them transitioning or something. Does that sound familiar? Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
So I think the video is called Dylan Mulvaney, the first 15 days of girlhood. That's what you're referring to. Yeah, I was gonna watch it on stream. I had that in like one of the things that I want to watch. I just never got to it today. That's what that is.
Yeah, for sure. I was curious on your take on that. Maybe you're gonna do it later, so I don't want to.
No, I have to take a look at it. Is this like a controversial person that I just don't know about? Is that what the whole thing is?
No, I don't think controversial per se, but I think they have been in some. She has been in some controversies where like people called. Not her out specifically, but just how cis people treat them, and just like how she's platformed above all the other trans content creators because her content is very palatable. Like
Okay.
it's for cis people, and a lot of the criticisms that I seen from other people was that people I don't know how to say the word, like they baby her, you know, like they
Oh,
don't
okay.
treat
Yeah,
her
yeah.
as a
I don't know
woman.
exactly the word that I would say either, but I know what you mean. Okay, interesting. So is she like? So I guess she's a little controversial in the capacity that she's a trans person making content for cis people. Like, what do you mean by making content for cis people? Just it like does that just mean that she's drawing or coloring, or is it that she's making like trans takes that are more cis representing or something, or more charitable to cisgender people?
Yeah, I guess just more appealing. Like it's easier for them to digest, if that's the word
okay.
I'm like to say. I would say that like she does like very wholesome content. Like it's not any I don't have any problems with her. Like I don't think she's a bad person at all. I think the problems that people have is that it's showing a very positive side to transness, which I think is a good thing, but I
Like
don't
not
know.
showing enough, I guess, of like the oppression associated with it. Is that what?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I mean that
I
might
think
just be
she's
her experience, you
privileged.
know. Yeah, it probably is
Yeah.
privilege. It might just be her experience. I mean, that's there's nothing unless she's saying that like there are no struggles with trans people. Then who cares? I mean, it just sounds like she's giving her experience. I don't think that's
Right.
fundamentally a bad thing. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely. I'm curious about it. The first 15 days of womanhood was an interesting thing. I'm paraphrasing, but that was interesting. So I definitely want to take a look at it. I'll probably take a look
Yeah.
at it soon. Maybe it'll go on the main channel. I don't know if it'll go on the main or the alt or what, but I'll definitely get to it.
Yeah, for sure. That's cool. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, that's basically it.
All right. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, and I'll definitely take a look at it. It seems interesting. I think I've had it in like my queue for like a day or two, but I only like watched one video today. I didn't really go into too much like specifics. So
Yeah, it's really interesting. She's up to like 150 days now, so it's been
oh,
a
she's
long
doing the
time.
whole
Like,
thing. Holy. Okay.
she did 100 days, like the entire 100, like
Mhm.
all 100 days, and then like at the 100, she said that it was a lot emotionally to do.
That
So she's
makes
going to
sense.
just she updates it like sporadically. So like day like 127 or something, she'll just like do random updates. So it's nice to follow.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm definitely curious, more curious now. Okay, well, thank you for
Yeah.
giving me a little rundown on that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm looking forward to seeing your take, and thanks for making content, and yeah.
All right, well, thank you for watching. I appreciate you being a fan or
Yeah,
a
for sure.
viewer. All right, and
Oh, I'm a
spreading
fan.
the word, of course, too, and
Oh, yeah,
showing
I'm
other people
always-
the content. I appreciate that as well.
Always streaming it, and I am on the younger female side, so
Very cool.
representing some outliers.
Yeah, no, it seems like I'm think my audience is getting a little more diverse. It's always good. It's always good. This used to be all like young men, and I have no problem with them coming in and chatting, but it's nice to have a little bit more of like a wider demographic of people watching.
For sure, but I'll go now.
All right, well, thank you very
have a
much for
good
stopping
night.
by. You too. Take care.
Good night. Bye.
Take care. All right, who's next? Is it Milo? Is that who it is?
Yeah. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. What you got for me today?
I just wanted to say hi. Got first year too by Dia.
Oh, were you?
No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
That was me. That was me.
Yeah.
That was me.
Both of you.
Are you guys like all friends or something? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Milo's my partner.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Very cool. That seems like a very interesting Saturday night to engage in, is watching some a weird fucking old man play the video games and and while he talks to people. But I definitely appreciate that. I'm just busting chops. I definitely appreciate that. That's very cool.
Yeah. I'm like so nervous.
Oh, there's no need to be nervous. Don't even worry about it.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to say hi.
All right. Well, hey, how you doing? If you have any other questions later, you feel free to pop in and ask, or have your partner ask, or whatever you're more comfortable with doing. All righty.
Okay, bye.
Take care. Let me read this one chat really quick from Siona. I can't read your last name. Rolita. Papa got the Chinese, a great bunch of lads. These are small, but the ones. What the fuck are you talking about? Chinese people. Why did I even read that? Thank you for the $10.
Chinese people, Papa.
Well, Chinese people are nice. What the fuck? What the fuck? All right. Anyway, what? Who do we got next? I'll probably do this for like another half an hour, just so people know.
Con popped in here. He wants to
What it
talk
do?
to you.
What's going on? Is Con in here right now?
You see, right here.
Oh shit! What's up, brother? How are you?
How's it going? I don't know. It's been a while. I
know.
a lot of shit going on.
Oh,
I
shit.
got a new job. Speaking
Alright.
of, there is a bit of a situation there I did want to ask you about, actually.
Oh shit! What happened? What'd you do wrong?
Well, it's it's nothing like serious. Well, it's kind of serious. I don't know. Nothing like within the workspace though. There is. I don't know. It's kind of a relationship thing, kind of not. But there's this one girl that I work with. I don't know, I feel like we connect quite a bit. We've gotten along pretty well within the past few months, and I don't know. She's busy. She's also heading off to college soon, so I don't want to get too attached to her, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And soon we plan on going to like a park, and I was thinking about opening up the big question to her because, like, I might
marry her already.
Of course, I got the ring and everything.
Wow.
No, but seriously, I'm only 17.
Okay.
But,
So you like they ask you to be like your girlfriend? Is that what it is?
Kind of. I was thinking more of a friend with benefits thing, since the whole.
Oh, that's definitely a big question.
I know. That's why I'm asking you about it.
So okay, well let me backtrack. Okay, so this is a friend from work, right?
Yes.
Okay,
I don't want to get too involved.
Have you guys had it's like slept together yet?
No.
Okay.
Of course not.
So
she probably only sees me as a friend at this point, but we do get along very well, and there is kind of a back and forth sort of thing.
All right. I understand shooting your shot. I don't know if are you going to say you want to be friends with benefits? I might not go over like particularly well.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to say like directly. I would just be more along the lines of like, oh, hey, I was thinking about so-and-so, and hey, I connect with you pretty well as a friend, want to stay on the same page, but I was thinking, I'm physically attracted to you. Maybe we could take a step further.
Have a casual.
It's more of a casual thing.
Yeah. I mean, listen, go for it. There's a possibility she says no, but I mean, that's life is always potential rejection, so I don't think that that's a reason not to. Just I guess be more delicate and upfront about your intentions if you just want it to be like a casual thing. Just make sure you're upfront about it. I think that that's fun. Good luck though, because I don't know how she'll be super open to it. Not a lot of women in my experience are open to it. I would, back in the day, I would be like, oh, I'm not looking for anything too serious, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just kind of being I was just being kind of an asshole.
I mean, even though it's not like fuckboy shit, I do like genuinely like her as a person and enjoy her company. So there is that.
Well, that's good. Maybe you guys can hang out. My wife and I, when we first started dating, we were just watching Game of Thrones and sleeping together. So maybe it'll be like that.
Maybe. Hopefully. That's the dream right there.
I'll say good luck. I hope it works out for you.
Much. Yeah, definitely try.
All right. Well, you take care. You can hang out here if you want, by the way, if you want.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then
I was going to say.
Let's see who else is in here, because I know we got a lot of hands up. I don't have too much time, but we got who's next? Who's the next victim? Oh, shit.
Up, dude?
What's going on, man? How are you doing?
Pretty good.
If I knew you were in here, I would have pulled you in first.
It's okay. It's okay. I know you love me the most of all your children.
Of course. How are you doing?
Good, man. Got my master's teaching high school in Southern California.
Very good. That sounds like a very good job. How do you like it?
Corrupting the minds of the youth.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Grooming children, right? Is that the whole? That's.
Yeah, that's what teachers do these days, apparently.
Yep. Indoctrinating them into gender queerness or all that other bullshit.
Exactly, right? That's in the curricula.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah.
There was actually like one or two things I just wanted to talk about.
Yeah, for sure.
So there was one of your TikTok videos I'd seen recently. You were talking about race and intelligence, and I really wanted to press you on that.
Oh my god, dude, you guys are memeing that so fucking hard, bro. Can I tell you, when the second guy came in, I got nervous that he actually wanted to talk about that again for a second. I'm like, oh my fucking god, I really don't want to talk about that.
I mean, it's like I don't want to make any assumptions about the guy who was making those statements, but those statements are white supremacist, crypto-fascist statements, right?
Yeah, I mean that's probably sure. If he's still watching, I don't think he's a bad guy. I think that I think that it's just like you know, from my perspective, it's like that's the first step down like a delicately bad area of like getting into like white supremacist kind of shit. And so that's why I'm not trying to shit on the guy. You know what I mean? Like I want, that's pretty much it. You know?
And if that guy's still around or even listening, one of the statements he made was that there's nobody does research on that connection because you would get shunned, but there is a very large breadth of research that looks at race intelligence, and then in the context of oppression and the environment people are raised in, specifically looking at malnutrition in children and malnutrition in impoverished communities.
Okay, yeah. So, see, I'm not super educated on it, so I couldn't push too hard. You know what I mean? But the general idea of providing better access to educational opportunities and even food, which is something I didn't really consider, first and foremost, but definitely an aspect. I definitely think it would help tremendously. I don't think that the specific IQ points matter too much to me. All that really matters. You know what I mean?
And that's the whole point, right? It's like, okay, say for some reason we accept that point, but that's not what matters. It's not the equality of is everybody gonna be a doctor? It's that we're all fucking people.
Yeah,
I don't
people
care
have
what
more of
their
an equal
IQ
opportunity to be able to
exactly live your fucking life, man.
Yeah,
like, who
for
gives a
sure.
fuck if anybody is quote unquote racially more intelligent? But whatever.
Yeah, based
My
on like
main-
IQ. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That shit doesn't matter. Like it's I don't know, that's just frustrating because you see it a lot, and it's a conversation that people have. Even teachers and educational professionals will talk about this kind of stuff, and I feel like it doesn't matter. When we're
Yeah,
talking
like
about
what matters is just providing better like equal opportunity and education. And we get focused on like, well, what about the specific IQ numbers? Like, well, does that really matter too much, or does it matter more that people are getting, better access to things, just education, and the potential for them to be able to climb the socioeconomic ladder.
Exactly, and this kind of leads. It's semi-adjacent to the other thing I was thinking about. And I don't know, Andrew Tate, right? Yada yada yada,
Yeah.
everywhere,
Big top
all
G.
the time. Exactly, got to be top G. He said this quote, and I want to bring it up. And he was like, the more than like any natural disaster or any kind of violence, women have been like the biggest detriment to men.
Did he actually say that?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
And I'll pull it up. I don't remember exactly where it is, but it got me thinking. Like, and I'm going to say this is a controversial statement. Andrew Tate's a beta male.
Do you think so? Well,
now hear me out.
Okay,
now hear me out.
Because I'm already offended on his behalf.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
Andrew Tate is very status driven. I don't think anybody's going to argue that. When he goes to a restaurant, he has to buy most expensive steak and make sure everybody sees it. He's got his Bugattis. He's got.
Is that a real thing? He makes sure people see it.
I mean,
Or are you just kind of making a reasonable assumption? Is that what you're saying?
I'm making more of like a statement about status symbols, like
Okay.
status.
That's fair. That's
right?
fair. He definitely
Yeah.
seems to have status seeking behavior. Okay, I'll
And
accept that.
My whole thing is, if I was an alpha male, right? I'm thinking this alpha male mindset. How could I ever lower myself to having sex with something I perceive beneath me?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Personally,
All right.
I am looking as a man, as somebody who is a warrior, like the ancient Spartans. A true alpha male only fucks men.
Okay, I'm with you here.
Yeah.
It makes more sense. If you want to be truly dominant, you have to dominate something that's already dominant.
Exactly. And why else would I, engage in an intimate relationship with somebody who I perceive as intellectually and even on like a very base level less than me? I would only engage in that relationship with another man.
Right.
Right.
That makes perfect
Exactly.
sense.
That's a true warrior, brother. The Spartans had it right.
All right. Well, I mean, listen, I think. All right. I mean, you have a compelling argument, and it seems that it's almost kind of gay that Andrew Tate's not gay, right?
Well, and here's the thing: he did get his start, like sexting men.
No,
right?
no, did he really?
Dude, you don't know this?
No, I don't
He's
know.
admitted to it. So he had that webcam business, and he was like, "Oh, these girls, they're shit. They're shit at talking to guys because they're trying to scam men out of their money." And so when instead they unplug the girls' keyboard, so it looks like the girls are texting or messaging these guys, and Andrew says, "I'm sitting behind the camera messaging these guys instead." That's how he got his start with the webcam business. Scamming dudes out of money was sexting dudes.
That's kind of hot. Okay.
I know, right? He's progressive, gay king.
Yeah. I mean, listen. Sometimes, listen. Men know what men want more than women, so it makes sense for him to operate
Amen,
his
brother.
business like this. So
Amen.
I don't even blame him for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's all I had to say. I just want to drop some knowledge about Andrew Tate there.
All right. Well, I appreciate the knowledge drop. It's very productive.
Yeah, it's been good to talk to you, man.
It's good to you too, man. Take care.
Later.
What do we got next, brothers and sisters?
Have you have you seen like the Hustler Universities? Like once you pay for it, it's just a Discord server.
Yeah, I watched the I think the Turkey Top video about it for sure.
Yeah, that's what I watched. I was like, no way, someone's paying like what is it, $50 a month for a Discord server?
Definitely a lot of people. A lot of young men are desperate, and they think that like that'll be the answer. But the reality is that like the society's kind of fucked, and you just have to do your best and advocate for decent change. You know.
Yeah, it's really messed up. I mean,
really-
my TikTok page is full of these accounts that with affiliate links. So
That's fucked. That's fucked. Don't fall for it.
everywhere.
Don't fall
They have
for
a
it.
lot of likes and
Hey,
views.
Yeah.
That bag, am I right?
They do. Yeah. It's so funny though that you're like I want to try to like bro. He talks about how he wants a bunch of young men to be better, but he doesn't. Like realistically speaking, I get like not giving advice for free kind of. But ultimately, if you're really scared that there is like a crisis that's negatively impacting young men, why are you paywalling the fuck out of it? You know what I mean? Like if you really care about the virtues and the morals of young men, like you'll be a little bit more upfront and like, hey, this is what you should do to be a better person, et cetera, et cetera. So like it's pretty clear to me that like Andrew Tate doesn't give a singular fuck about like any like actual like younger people. And it's more about just kind of, you know, catching that bag, baby, you know, and taking advantage of young, impressionable guys that are feeling kind of disenfranchised by society. So
Hardcore scammer activities right there.
pretty much, man. Pretty much. That's what it boils down to. What's up, baby? Okay. So who do we got next?
Just bring everyone in the call.
Oh,
Every single
that might be a little.
You wanna say something? There's enough of us here. I
That
think
might
we
be a
can-
little fucking crazy if we bring
That would be
everybody in.
great.
I think we can take them.
No, not
We're
yet.
we're professionals.
Who's
Oh shit, I'm actually in.
Yes,
Hi.
sir. What's going on? How you doing?
A couple things, I guess.
Sure.
First, I'm sure like everyone else, love your content. I think it's great. Second, love that you're playing Final Fantasy VII. I actually just finished playing through it with my best friend today.
Okay. With your best friend, would you guys take turns?
We get on Discord and like we stream the game to each other and we just play the game. We just play through the stories at the same time. We've done that
Oh,
with
okay.
like countless games. We love doing it.
That's
We
cool.
just finished this game. We loved it. That boss that you just did is fucking garbage.
What was it? It's a little bit lengthy, huh?
The house is fucking garbage. Not the whole game is not like that. So I hope.
I kind of enjoyed the house, to be honest with you. I'm not
I don't
even
know
gonna
about you. I wanted to like murder someone when I did that.
lie. This fucking boss
I
right
hope
now
you
is
enjoy the
pissing
rest
me
of
off.
the game.
I'll tell you that.
Um,
I'm just fucking stunned. Why am I stunned? What do I do about it? Tell me.
Yeah, it's
I'm
just don't worry. This is just is fucking. It's wild.
This is ridiculous.
I
I'm
guess-
fucking stunned again, bro. All right. Well,
I guess on a more serious topic, this is something that I guess I have trouble. I usually have an easier time being able to see the other party's perspective when it comes to social or political topics.
okay.
The one thing that I can never seem to get around is for abortion. I'm pro-choice. Don't kill me, everyone, please. So I
Okay.
just-
So are you pro-life? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm pro-choice.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Me too.
The one thing that I can't seem to wrap my mind around is pro-life argument, but like for specifically, I guess one argument that one thing that I feel like they really try to emphasize is that abortion is murder,
Okay.
which I feel like is a very loaded term.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
know-
It's a very morally loaded
like,
term. Yeah.
To me, it would kind of that term would kind of equate if abortion is murder, then you also think trigger warning. I guess for some people, if you're triggered by this, then that means that you equate an abortion to the kids getting murdered at Uvalde. That's what it is to me. Like
Mhm.
you see something which I get is a human life, but you see that life being prevented as the same, and you see on the same plane as like kids literally going to school, having a normal day, and then getting like, sorry for being graphic, but literally getting their heads blown off. Like that's
I would try not to be too. I understand the point that you're trying to
right.
make.
It just seems like baffling to me. I mean, and the thing that gets me is that I know they don't actually think it's murder, because if I feel like, could be wrong, but I feel like if they did, our country would be like in a civil war. I mean, like,
I know what you mean. Like, if they actually believe that like it was comparable murder, then they would be a little bit more morally outraged.
I don't know what the
it.
statistic is. I forget I want to say it's like general ballpark 600,000 abortions every year in the US.
I think it's about a million. I think it's like 900.
If wow, even higher.
Yeah.
I would say, imagine if 1 million kids, elementary school kids, were getting shot to death.
I know what you're saying. I'm just
schools
I know what you mean.
year.
I know what you mean.
I don't think people would be holding up poorly made signs to
protest. No, people would be. I know what you're saying.
Our country would literally be in a civil war. We would be in shambles.
Yeah, for sure, probably.
I just don't think. I think it's dishonest, and that's why I don't get it. And like, I try my best to understand, and I get that it's a human life. I do think that a lot of extreme pro-choicers hurt the argument by spewing out points that are easily disputable by the pro-life side. Like, oh, it's not a human life. Yes, it is. But that's not, like, it doesn't matter, for lack of a better term. Like, I wish people on the pro-choice, some of the loud voices on the pro-choice side had more intelligent takes in order to actually kind of sway the people in the middle. Because I feel like
I think that there are some. I think that there are some people. I think a lot of times when it comes to pro-choice arguments, it's kind of the default argument, so people don't necessarily have like a whole lot of education on how to debate it. Like, I've seen usually more conservative people better at debating these than progressives, only because they have to be better, because they're arguing from like the weaker perspective. But yeah, I tend to agree with what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, like, most of the things that you like talk about, I tend to agree with. There's probably like very minor things that I may disagree with, and I can't even think of them, so they're not really like that important. But that's like just one of the things I kind of want to get your thoughts on. That's like the one argument that I kind of bring up is like, would you be acting this way that you are with the issue of abortion if 1 million kids were getting murdered in their schools?
No,
because obviously
I tend to agree with what you're saying. Yeah, for sure, I tend to agree. Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to get your thoughts on that. Other than that, if you do this more, I'll definitely be around. I really love your content. I watch it with my girlfriend sometimes. She kind of gets she kind of gets tired of it. But,
well, don't let me negatively impact your relationship, right?
No, it's okay. No, I promise it's okay. But yeah, I enjoyed Final Fantasy. It gets really good in the last.
Does the game finish or no?
No. Okay. So the game is going to be broken up into about 3 to 4 parts. If you played I believe you mentioned you played the original.
Yeah. So it was like the discs. So there was like 4 discs, right?
Fill it up with so much shit. There's shit in this game that was never in the original.
Interesting.
They fill this game up with so much shit. But I enjoy the character development. You get to know the characters a lot better. You get to know Aerith's personality. Tifa always has big tits. I'm sorry.
Well, they made them smaller for the game. So. Unfortunately, though, I'm not going to get to know anybody because I'm barely fucking like listening to the story. I'm just playing it in the background.
I get that. But yeah, whenever you get the chance, like really play it. Like it's such a good game. I gave it like an 8.5 out of 10.
That's pretty high.
But yeah, I appreciate it. I don't want to take up too much of anyone else's time, but I appreciate the conversation.
Yeah, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that.
Of course, and have a great night.
You too. Take care.
Do you mind?
Don't mind what?
Do you mind if I pull someone up? I guess they put their hand down and then knocked him to the bottom of the list.
Well, before anything, Leading would like to tell you, Papa Gut, about how his business is going.
Oh,
whoa.
Okay, what's up?
Hello. So,
Homies,
like,
not business.
if you, I'll do a quick summary. Basically, I've been dealing with making cookies and selling them in dessert shops.
Okay. Cool.
Yes, and I've been at it for like a few months, like 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
It's been doing. I've been making a little money on the side.
Okay. Very cool.
Yes, and I'm thinking of expanding more than just dessert shops. I'm thinking of coffee shops and
Okay.
other situations where I could put some cookies in.
Add meth.
All right.
Easy business tactic.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Very cool. Very.
Okay.
Okay.
I just needed to tell you this.
All right. Well, I appreciate you letting me know. It's definitely very important information for me. Thank you. Is the next person?
Yeah, the next person's up here.
All right.
Hello.
What's going on? How you doing?
Hey, I just wanted to come up here and say hi.
How are you?
Potato is my cousin, and
okay.
I knew he was a moderator in a server. In our personal server, he was talking about how anyone can come up here, and I've been following you on TikTok and Twitch, and been in the server for a while, even before I knew that Potato was a mod here. And I just wanted to come up here and say hi. And I do have a question for you, Papa.
What's up?
And someone in your position, I see a lot online that it can be really time consuming. And I just wanted to take a peek into like how you manage your time. As someone who's bad at managing, I'm just kind of intrigued.
I guess I don't really know how I manage my time necessarily. I just, to the best of my ability, I don't know. I don't know if I manage my time that great. I just don't have I have a lot of time because I do this. Yeah. So I don't really know. I don't really know. Do you know what you might be having an issue with specifically?
There's a lot going on in my life. I'm in high school. I'm a big dude, so taking time to hang out with my friends and manage my schoolwork, and be able to still find time to exercise and to play. Just have free time still.
Yeah, play some video games and stuff.
Yeah, and I want to start making content again, but it's just tough whenever you're in school and you have homework and you have all this stuff going on, and I struggle with time management even like outside of school. So I was just kind of curious to see how someone in your position would handle that.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I haven't been in school in a long time. I mean, realistically, you kind of just have to break down your priorities, what you feel are the most important things to do, which obviously is going to be school first.
Yeah.
Did you mention like exercise was one of them as one of those things?
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably want to make that number
this
2.
past year.
Yeah, you probably want to make that like your second priority, like school first, and then the working out, and then lastly, some video games when you can. You unfortunately might just have to cut down on some video game time. I would try to break through some of like the downtime. I think a lot of people, and I don't know if this applies to you, but a lot of people like go on their phones and like they'll just kind of dig around for a while. And maybe like when you get up, like a lot of people are like, okay, let me be on my phone. They'll be on their phone for half an hour, and they'll start getting ready. And then you'll see a lot of breaks. They'll sit on the toilet, and then they might be on their phone for another 15 minutes, and then they'll sit down and eat, and then they might go on their phone. And a lot of times you end up racking up a lot of phone time that like causes things to take longer. You might want to try to cut down on that as like a time management practice in some capacity.
Yeah.
So that's what I would generally recommend.
That is helpful, actually. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Because I am someone who has quite a high screen time. I spend more time than I probably should on my phone. But yeah, I mean, it was nice chatting with you.
Yeah, of course, man. I appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, I've been, hanging out and listening, and I was just gonna come up here to say hi, but I did actually get that question just from listening. But yeah, I mean, do you think I could give you a suggestion though, Papa?
Sure, if you'd like to.
So something I've noticed, I've been in the Discord server for a while.
Mhm.
The suggestion that I would give is to do stuff like this more often. Because
Yeah,
it
a lot
seems
of
to be
people
boosting the
seem
server.
to like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just something I've noticed. Because I would like, as well as seen other people in general chat
Mhm.
talking about and how they want to be more active in the server, and I feel like this could really help with that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, a lot of people seem to enjoy it. I might give it a more of a shot.
Right.
I might make it a little bit more regular, like because I used to do something like this, like a sub Saturday type thing. Next week I might not be able to do it only because I'm going to Disney. And so, but yeah, no, I think I really should implement something like this, and be a little more active and do a little bit more of this. So yeah, for sure. All right, man. I appreciate you stopping by.
Yep. It's late, so I'm gonna head to bed.
Yeah, for sure. No problem, man. You take care. Have a good one.
Yep. You too.
Peace. All right. Who do we got? We got a little more. I got enough time. Maybe one or two more people. What do we
I
got?
just wanted to say something real quick.
Yeah,
aside from doing this, which you should definitely do more often, this is great.
Uh-huh.
It would be cool if you just popped in the Discord server, said hi every once in a while.
That's not a bad idea. I know.
Interact.
I haven't been super interactive with the Discord. I know that. I know that much. Okay.
I think we would really appreciate that.
Okay. I will definitely. I'll try. I'll try to be a little bit more active with you guys. All right. Who we got next, though? Who do we got next? Hello?
Hello.
Hey, what's going on? What you got for me?
What's up, Papa Gut?
Not too much. Not too much.
For a year or two now. Love the content.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
My question's more centered on, like, what any kind of advice would be for, like a relationship that's coming on like a year and is very serious. Like any conversations or steps that should be taken before like marriage or anything like that. We're going to be moving in together here soon. And we've talked about long-term type goals. And I was just wondering if you have any like suggestions for conversations that need to be had before any type of commitment like that, or steps that should be taken beforehand.
Okay, so you guys are moving in soon?
Yeah, here in a couple of months.
Okay, so you have some time before you move in. How come a couple of months? I'm just curious.
I have a lease, and that's not up until December, and just saving a little bit more money in the meantime.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Let's see. So I don't really know, because I don't know like you guys potential like relationship issues or struggles or anything like that.
Yeah,
so
of course, I'm making that in general.
So I guess some like general advice for like moving in with somebody. My best advice I can have is make sure that you guys like get enough time for your independent free time, and don't be. So how big is the place you're moving into? Is it just you and that other person?
So we'll just be moving in, the two of us, and then she has 2 cats. I have a dog.
Okay.
The size of the place, 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay, so are you guys gonna have like a bedroom together, or are you guys gonna have 2 separate bedrooms?
Bedroom together, extra room for, computers, anything like that.
So my advice, I think it's like probably like some of the best advice I could give you is to have a place available, maybe like some kind of that could be double as a guest room or something that you guys could not sleep together sometimes if you don't want to. Sometimes my wife and I, we just don't sleep together. It doesn't happen super often, but sometimes it's nice where like one of us can just like not have to sleep with the other one. It's not even like, it's just like sometimes it's nice to just distance yourself and give yourself the opportunity to distance yourself. I say like if just general advice, that would be the one thing I would say is give your guys the opportunity to like distance yourselves without taking it personally, because a lot of times it's not personal. Sometimes you just like burn out a little bit. It can be a little overwhelming living with somebody, especially at first. So that would be like my general advice for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. I hope everything works out.
Just one last thing.
For sure.
I never I have one more semester left of college,
Mhm.
and I got a job. It's not my first job or anything. And your wife, how she works with adults with disabilities,
Mhm.
I've done that, and I just want to say like how like eye-opening it is to like your audience. I know you say that, and like talk about her experiences and what she's taught you, but I just wanted to say that from like a personal experience as somebody that never would have thought I'd be working in this kind of a field like at all. It's really it makes you feel like not saying like you're doing it just to feel good, but it does make you feel good.
Yeah, it gives like a sense of purpose. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and
I totally
like
get that.
just the idea of helping people help themselves is just so gratifying that I highly suggest to anybody that is good with people, of course, consider looking into the field, even if you never would have thought it'd be your thing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that's great advice. I mean, it definitely is something that can be very fulfilling if you can engage in it in a fulfilling way. Some people like kind of just like fuck around and like it's just direct support professionals. Some of them aren't like super impassioned, but it's definitely like an eye-opening experience for me. I know it sounds weird, but it like taught me that people with intellectual disabilities are people. I know it sounds shitty, but that was like something. It's very humanizing to meet other people and understand that other people are people. And I know it sounds really basic, but I think it's a really good experience for people to go through, and I think that they should.
I completely agree with what you said. It seems like it would be a very obvious thing for anybody to understand, but like once you're there having like talking with them and interacting with them,
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that 100%.
Right, man.
All right, you take care. I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate good luck in your studies, of course.
Thanks, man.
Take care. Take care. All right. I know that there's a bunch of people waiting, but I'm never gonna be able to get through everybody. I am gonna bang out, guys. So I'm sorry. I think I've been on here for a good amount of time. No.
Yeah, since like 11. Since about 11.
Yeah, 11. Whose time? Like your time or my time? I don't know.
My time making that
I've
about
been
like
so like
3
10.
hours.
Yeah, I've been on here for about 3 hours. Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody stopping by. I love you guys a lot. Thank you so much. See you guys later.
It's cool to see you back in the server again.
I know. What were you saying?
We'll miss you.
I'll miss you too. Thank you so much. Take care, all right?
Please stop by more often. We love you.
I will. Take care. I love you guys too. Peace.
Take care.
All right, disconnect the stream. Goodbye, everybody on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.